Hello everyone, and welcome to this mislabeled video, because I thought everybody was going to show up, but they didn't. So, it's just going to be the buddy cop thing, not sure what number or anything. It'll probably say on the video someday, but for
I think
now,
it's episode number 3.
perhaps. Not sure. Either way, it might be 4, but anyway, doesn't matter. Last time, library stuff happened at the beginning. That was fun, I guess. And you guys went back to the precinct, and you found out that a bounty hunter. I think this is what happened last time, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
But either way, a bounty hunter found your quarry, and turns out that you're maybe innocent. You determined that he was. Everybody sort of agreed on that. So, due to mind control magic, he divulged all that information. Anyway, he is. You guys didn't release him, so he's still locked up somewhere. He's in the jail, and you guys left to investigate other leads, such as a thing out in the forest where he was first found. You encountered some creatures, and you encountered some traps. I think you encountered a dead person, a couple of dead people. Either way, you fought these creatures, and it seemed as though you had defeated them. You went back for a while to rest up for the day, get your abilities back, things of that nature. And I think, yes, that did happen in that one. One of you went to the castle, or the palatial estate, technically, because he just has a mansion. One of you went there, at least. I don't remember if multiple of you went, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Your team has found the information. You went there, and there was a scuffle happening, and it turned out that Bink, which was the guy that you found during your adventures toward the weird area where the king was located, and he was in the castle for whatever reason, and he dispatched a would-be assassin who turned out to be the gardener from, I think it was the first episode that I forget the names. I'm so bad with names. One of you basically scared to death by destroying one of the plants. I don't remember why.
No, I get drunk and just keep to myself, but Giovanni is kind of an asshole.
Yeah, his character's name is
Rav.
Something fully intercolic. Hooray for me. Ravogar.
Yes, Ravogar. That's the one. I was looking at other names for some reason. The wrong ones. Either way, yeah, Ravogar destroyed the plant that he was working on, and he got devastated and left the area to somehow come back and attempt an assassination. So it appeared. He had a weapon in his hand, he had the covering over his head, things of that nature, and you walked in at the tail end where Bink was standing over this guy with a sword in his hand. and apparently he was dispatched. And Bink seems to be relatively quickly rising up the ranks. Just the day before, he was a ordinary soldier, and now or an ordinary guardsman, and now he is the royal protector.
Something I find a bit suspicious.
Either way, you can have your own thoughts. I'll let that happen. Either way, you went along with what was happening. Not sure if it was up to you or you just thought that you had no choice in the matter. Either way, you guys did a bit more investigating, found a few more clues. Hopefully you remember your clues, because not going to go into too many. I'm not going to retread too much of it. However, you guys went back into the forest. You thought, well, maybe something weird is happening in another town. I don't remember the exact reasoning for that.
We're looking for the crown or locate object.
Oh yes, you were looking for the scepter, which is the MacGuffin of this particular game. The item that you're looking for that is of utmost importance. The motivation for your characters, basically. So you were looking for the item, see if it was in a nearby town in that direction. You got to the nearest town, you used locate object. It's a relatively small village. It has quite a few people, but for a village, but it's not like a huge settlement or anything. And you use locate object, and your locate object senses would have covered the entire village, and you did not locate it within the village limits. And you guys were about to leave and go to the next town, which the easiest way would be to go back a little ways and then go down a separate alternate path. And you guys walked back a little bit, and you witnessed Bink and the king riding away on horses. If I remember correctly, Ravogar was interested in pursuing the king to try to catch up with him and ask him something, maybe? I don't remember. He just said that he wanted to do that.
See what they were up to.
Yeah. Other than that, there's a messenger in front of you, I remember. He was sent to say that... What did he say? I forget. I remember there's a messenger there. Came to tell you...
We had to return to the city at once.
Yeah.
Ah! Yes. Okay.
And then we saw the king and the guard flee on a carriage, and we followed them. And we just caught up to them.
Ravogar said that he wanted to. Do you guys wish to pursue?
We actually did pursue, and I started poking them in the chest to see if they were real.
Oh, that was the messenger. Yes, you like touched the guy's face.
Yeah, that was happening.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And right at the end is when I said that the two people rode by on horses, and Ravogar, the last thing that happened was Ravogar said that he wanted to pursue them. So.
Yeah, because it was the king and the bodyguard, royal bodyguard, because the hell are they doing outside of town?
You're not sure.
So that's why.
You can attempt to pursue them, but I'm just making sure that the rest of the group is on board, or if they want to go in a different direction.
Yeah, we were going that way.
Someone's phone is ringing.
Maybe chuck it in the bin to make it quiet for a moment.
I think it was Ben's, but
Yeah,
It
just
was
joking.
he said that he wanted to pursue. I mean, Abraxas could break from the group, but do you wish to accompany them?
Do
Well, at
you want
least
to go
catch
with
up to
me?
them and ask what happens. What's happening?
Okay,
Well,
sure.
I am
So-
chasing down the king. You guys were called back towards the.
Well,
The
all three of you were called back to the
yeah.
city. But if you wish to pursue the king, I mean, the messenger's not going to shoot you in the back, or at least
Yeah.
you don't think so.
He won't shoot us in the back. We take one step out of line, he shoots us in the back.
Yeah, he's not going to murder you just because you don't immediately go back. He's just a messenger. But if you want to ask the messenger questions before you pursue, but I will say, if you're going to attempt to pursue them, they're on horses, you're on horses, you're moving at equal speed, so you're going to have to try to do something to catch up to them.
Oh god.
Make the horses go faster?
I mean, you can try to do something like that, but I'm not sure what you would want to do to cause that to happen.
You can give it some of your precious booze.
That might make it go slower. It might make it fall off the road or something silly like that.
I'm up for trying. I'm up for trying that.
Oh god, I wasn't even sarcastic about that.
I start feeding my horse dragon piss.
Do you actually do this, or are you joking?
I am actually doing this.
Okay.
Not a lot, though. Just a little bit.
Oh god.
Well, the horse is... If you guys are in the middle of a pursuit, that means that you are attempting to feed the horse while you're moving.
Yes.
Which is a very arduous task. So you need to succeed on 2 rolls. You need to make a dexterity.
A plain dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity. Just straight dex, no
24.
saving throw. Okay. You're dexterous enough to do this. However, whether the horse understands what you're doing or not is up to your next check, which is animal handling.
Come on, horsey.
Roll.
Drink up, horsey. Yay!
Oh god!
Alright, the horse... Perhaps this is a horse that you've ridden before and you've tried to pull this trick before. And it understands what you're doing. It doesn't resist. It just puts the bottle in its mouth and then sort of just throws its head back with the bottle in its mouth. The liquid a bunch of liquid draining into its mouth. And I assume you take the bottle back?
Yes.
Alright, the bottle is retrieved.
The horse now has double movement speed.
I'm going to determine whether or not this actually speeds up your horse.
Oh god.
See you guys later.
Oh, you actually succeeded. So, this horse reacts very well to alcohol, and it motivates it to run at full speed, never slowing down. Like, you don't have to stop spurring it or anything. It's gonna keep going faster. However, that only works for your horse.
Bye.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, let's go into the double speed. But yeah, he's just running double speed 24/7 now.
Yeah, usually I factor it in, but horses, they get tired after sprinting for a while, so they have to slow down naturally. But since he did this and he succeeded on his 2 checks, which was slightly unfair of me, but I thought it wasn't going to succeed. But he succeeded, so I'm going to give it to him.
Well, drive your alcohol-powered horse towards the king and his royal guard and see what they're up to.
Are you going to attempt to catch up, or are you just going to allow him to pass you?
My illusion horse has a speed of 100 feet, so I'll make it dash.
Okay. Yeah, your horse has a quicker speed than the other horses, so you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, well, I can just dash for so long and then I need to slow down as my horse is getting exhausted. Yay.
Yes, I usually factor that in, but
I can't try and throw you a bottle before I sprint off. You can
No.
do the same.
Do you wish to do anything, Ravogar?
Well, just make my horse go double. Well, just at the dash. I'm not gonna try the Madman alcohol way. I was just like, you could try that and see how
there
hard
are
you
a number
feel.
of things that you could still try to do. But if you can't think of anything, I'll just let the other two catch up, and they'll get to see what happens, and you won't.
I have 0 magic. No, I've actually Jack Hall to do that.
Shoot
Wait,
or
I have
make it
one
fast.
thing. I have one thing, but that would be madness. It's light
Bring
and
it up,
alone,
and
right?
if your group agrees, then maybe we'll go through with it.
It is utter madness what I'm gonna say here, and that's dropping some of my gear.
Okay.
What?
You might not want to do that.
No, that's what I also thought.
Alright, so they'll catch up first.
Yep.
And for expediency's sake, I'm going to say that both the illusion horse and the regular horse are going at the same speed now, due to his drunken buff. So,
The magic of dragon piss.
you do eventually manage to catch up to the other two horses. They are moving quickly. You're within earshot easily. Do you wish to just get up next to them, or do you want to call out to them, or...
No, just let them catch up, because they can perhaps stop the king and such.
Okay, so what are you two doing?
I'll call out and ask, why are you in such a rush?
They do not respond.
Well, I want to catch up to them.
As we're rushing, I want to... Or actually, I just want to dispel magic the king.
Okay, you're going to cast Dispel Magic on the king? I just want to make sure I understand what you're doing.
Can I make an Arcana first to see if this is magical?
Okay, sure, you can do that. See if he has any magical effects or whatnot. Okay. You look at the king and Bink riding on their horses. Then suddenly you see like a glimmer and you can see through them slightly, and then they go back to normal.
Yeah, I just dispel it.
Okay, both the king, Bink, and the horses vanish.
And I tell you, it was just illusion step.
Well, in that case, back to town.
How far away? Because we've been traveling, like riding all day, haven't we?
You rode for a few hours, yes.
Yeah. So we couldn't take the shortcut back home.
Yeah, the road isn't direct, but it's your horses don't get as tired as quickly. So basically, it's difficult terrain if you try to go the other way.
I will just unsummon my horse and I will start creating a circle on the ground. If anyone else wants to get back quicker, I suggest they come to me.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say. Ravogar, you catch up and you see one of your companions. They're stopped, both of them. But one of your companions is on the ground currently drawing a circle. You didn't get to see what happened.
Yeah, you're muted.
I bet. So, what happened?
They were fake.
Wait, someone So
yeah,
they're
they
fake.
were
We're fake.
illusions, as most things have been here. And we're going back as requested. Now, if you would
Okay.
just step inside the circle.
I step off and take my horse and step in the circle with my horse so that, well, we get teleported back.
Yeah.
All right. Is everybody teleporting back with him?
Sure.
Yep. Wait, where are we teleporting to with the circle?
Straight to hell.
So you now arrive in a room that's quite small, like you enter
I
the
knew
street
it!
with your horse. The door doesn't fit the horse. It's human sized. And it's a small stone area.
Yeah, the doorway is wide enough, or tall enough, I mean, for the horse to go through, but not wide enough.
Oh god. Where are we?
This-
Why do I feel so cramped?
Well, I don't usually have this many guests, so it's a bit crammed in here.
You
Yeah,
might
so you-
want to help the horse out because that the one is stuck.
Let's see. I'll get them out in the morning. How about that?
If it's dead, you're paying for a new one.
Because technically these horses are property of the state.
And they shall be returned in the morning.
You better.
Because technically it would come out of his paycheck, so he's gonna probably charge you
Yeah.
with a fine.
A hefty fine.
Because I just need to rest. I can reduce them to small creatures.
So you're giving me back a miniature horse for how long? Oh, wait,
Put it
no,
in
you
your
don't.
pocket.
The spell lasts a minute.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
So you need to be pretty quick with that with the miniature horse.
Well, in a minute he could just pick up the horse, run outside, and then put the horse down. Pretty easily.
So yeah, we're still in this stone room. Where does this lead to? To your home or something?
This
Yeah,
is
you
my
walk
home.
out into his house, basically. So whatever his house looks like, I'll let him describe it.
So it's just you enter a hallway. There's one more door on the opposite side, and it's a hallway down to the right, which leads to the living area. It's got almost nothing in it: a table and some chairs and bookshelves, and a small desk.
All right. So you guys see this living area. It's pretty sparse,
Well, I guess
So
but
we're
obviously
back
he's a
job for you.
mage of some sort, so he has a
We're
bunch
back.
of books.
Are we back at your place now, Benjamin?
Yes, we're back at his place.
Okay.
Yeah,
thought
he
it'd be
teleported you
quicker.
guys to his character's house.
Abode.
With the horses inside.
Yes, the horses
Hello,
are stuck
Captain.
in the house. It's a thing.
I didn't imagine horses coming through anytime soon. Mine just disappears.
That's true. His horse just vanishes, so he doesn't need to worry about it. So yes, the horses are stuck in the house because of the
For
doors too
today.
small.
No,
But yeah,
it's
let's go to the
bread, water.
bread, water, anything a normal horse can eat, they eat.
Alright, so do you guys
But yeah,
wish to
let's-
do anything in this house?
Well, if we can't get the horses out, then I think we don't have anything to do here. So back to the precinct, I guess.
Yeah, back to the precinct. I thought you were the one gonna ask for another bottle of dragon piss or something to drink. But nope, you don't.
I have
Good.
enough, but you still haven't bought mine, the one you owe me yet.
I owe you nothing.
You owe me a bottle. You owe me two, actually.
You got me in trouble for that in the
You
very
got
first
yourself
place.
into trouble, you asshole.
You got me into trouble. Let's
You
just head
Oh,
out and go to the
and by the
precinct.
way, I'm gonna get you to roll Ravogar. I'm gonna get you to roll a D100.
Oh, D100. Okay, give me 1 sec. Roll 1D.
100.
D100.
This has a specific purpose. Don't worry.
That's a 28.
You take 28
Um,
damage.
No. The book that you were copying is what this is for. It's the contents of the book, because technically you've read every word in that book, so you now have some information. However, it is completely useless to your mission because it is, what's the word? I think it's apiary? Apiary book? A book about birds. Various species of birds.
Yeah, that wouldn't be helping at all. Let's see. I can make some fun of this.
You know about a whole bunch of different birds now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say something to him like something about the bird and say it's about his uncle, and then he doesn't understand. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm just trying to do something.
Okay, so he
Oops.
attempts to insult you by comparing someone
Comparing
to
me
a
to
bird.
No, I'm trying to give him information about one of his uncles. Like, did you know one of your uncles being made with this and this from a bird?
Apparently.
I don't
Well,
know if it's actually true with one kind of alcohol, so just pulling shit out from my ass, so to say.
That seems
Okay.
very unlikely.
insight. I think he's lying.
Yeah, he
Hold on.
Damn it.
You don't know!
he's throwing some pretty technical terms at you. All of it seems to be surrounding birds. He seems pretty forthright.
God, I love this at times.
This is just stupid. Let's just head back to the precinct. And you still owe me 2 bottles of Dragon.
I owe you 1 bottle.
2 bottles. You broke 2 bottles.
Yeah, the first one was that you got me mad once more, and the second one was for trying you're getting revenge.
Okay, so you guys are in the middle of walking.
Bickering.
Like an old loving couple.
Yeah.
And in Peros, they're arguing about bottles of various alcohols.
And birds.
So you are doing what while they're doing that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to recollect about the bird he's talking about. Because I believe I've read something similar.
Sure.
That would be in history check, I think.
You can try to do that if it's a check that you want to make.
13. Actually, I have luck for some reason, so I'm very lucky. 18.
Okay, so the things he was saying about those birds is completely untrue. But he is using some technical terms that you've heard. It's basically the equivalent of like the Latin names for the specific birds, things of that nature. Yeah, he's just like throwing these terms down. He's basically saying that there are people related to pigeons or something, but it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, since you guys are entirely interested in your conversation, you manage to get back to the precinct, and everyone is like, it's the police scene where everybody's on a phone call and everybody's rushing around, running around, except you don't have phones in this time period. So they're just sort of writing things down. There's random people that are civilians that are talking to different
Officers.
people in the area, and everyone's rushing around. It's chaos.
What did we miss? Did someone blow up the bank or something?
Unless if you're talking to someone specific, nobody's going to answer you. They're all busy.
Exposed that you?
I just target one of the guards and I cast suggestion, and I suggest he tells us what's happening here.
Okay, so what does he need to roll?
A wisdom save.
Wisdom?
Yeah, and he shouldn't know if he fails. If he makes the save, he should just. It's just as I'm asking him what's happening. It's not like he's being charmed, because that's charm person. It says differently.
Okay. Well, he got a 17.
So 17 doesn't make it.
So he doesn't succeed? What's
Yes.
your...
My DC is 19.
Wow. Okay, so he turns to you and he goes, "Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, there's been a threat on the king's life, and we've been put in charge
Of protecting him?
of making sure that he doesn't die."
Yeah, that seems
So
fair.
usual as ever.
And
Normal day.
anything else you know about this supposed threat to his life?
We don't really know. Apparently it's something Bink found out. Since when was he so high and mighty, able to order us around?
Since
Well,
he saved the king's life.
Well, since we rescued him from that owl bear.
He just sort of is laughing to himself. Yep, sounds about right.
That reminds me, I have some owl bear stuff to sell.
You can give it to the precinct, and they will add it to your paycheck, whatever they get to sell it for. But if you do that, then you don't get to determine how much.
I'm gonna sell it myself. I don't think I'm gonna get able. I don't think I'm gonna be able to cash a paycheck before my character dies.
Okay, sure. I just allowed that as an offer. Yeah, they'll collect items and give you a cut of whatever they get from it, basically. So that way you don't have to sell it and you can do other things. But either way, if you don't want to do that, you can keep them on your person. They're not going to steal it from you.
Or are they?
Or are they?
No. So, what do you guys want to do? This random guy just goes back to his work unless if you force him to talk to you again.
No, I don't.
Talk to our bosses to see why we were called back.
All right. Trying to get my throat clear. There we go.
Okay,
That's a little
let me be very specific. The nice boss.
Okay, you look for the nice boss. She's not there.
Crap.
I could locate her for you, but
That would cost a spell.
Yeah. Do I have to spell myself? Let's see.
you don't have a 5th level wizard spell.
Would be pretty weird if you.
No, I don't.
Okay, so the only other person here who is in the upper management type positions is the guy with the cigar.
We have to go to Shitface. I don't say that out loud.
I start running into his office and I like slam my hand on his table and say, this is very important. Just boom.
Okay, so you just slam your fist on his desk.
I just
then I-
walking
And then
real
I point
casual.
behind me and I says, Revergard owes me 2 bottles of booze and he refuses to pay for them.
I
He
just walk in like nothing is going on.
he just sort of looks at you. He has the cigar in the side of his mouth, and he goes, "I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, at
Plus,
least I
I'm
tried.
busy." And he starts looking at his papers. I don't have time to deal with your nonsense.
Before you
But
go
You
back
know how bad I
to
get when I don't get my booze. Can I do a persuasion roll?
You can attempt
What?
to.
what were you again? Were you
26.
tieflingers? What
I'm
race
trying-
were you again?
He's a tiefling.
Yeah, I just grab him by one of the horns and pull him aside.
I already
Well, he
made my persuasion check.
unfortunately managed to persuade the boss of something before that happens.
Oh,
He
fuck.
goes, "If it gets you out of my office, you Revegar, you owe him 2 bottles of whatever he said."
Fine enough. But now, just grab him by the horn and just pull him aside. Now, we just were called back by a messenger to come back here. Do you have any knowledge of this?
Oh, you're talking to the boss now?
Yeah, as I pulled him
Okay.
aside as I pulled my colleague by the horn away.
Okay,
Your
fair
colleague.
enough. He goes, "Aren't you supposed to be at the palatial estate?"
Oh. We weren't called in for that. We just were told to come back here.
Well, you better get down there. Apparently your glorious leader is making a speech.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not again. You hear the man. And I start just dragging my dear colleague to the estate. But before that, I am going to make him shut up once and for all by getting him 2 bottles of dragon piss.
Okay, so you guys are
Hey!
gonna stop by the. You guys are gonna stop by the
A real quick
tavern?
stop, but here's the thing. He never said what size of bottle, so I'm gonna get him the smallest size bottle there is.
That's true.
Okay. So Emperos, you will watch them walk out of the precinct while Abraxas is being dragged by one of his horns.
Okay.
Do you wish to
I
follow them?
just no, I'll just go to the meeting where we're supposed to go, and I suggest that both of them finish up as quickly as they can.
Okay, so you're gonna cast suggestion on them as well?
Yeah, wisdom saves.
So both of you
how
need to make wisdom
nice
saves.
it is to be a paladin.
Aw.
You failed with an 18 because my DC
Nobody
is
got it.
19.
Oh.
You do not
But-
save because his DC is 19. So
So you have to finish as soon as possible and get back to work. That's basically it.
Okay.
alright, so since
Well,
they're
the plan
making a
all
pit
along.
stop, Imperos is the one who's gonna get there first and potentially see more clues than you guys.
This is
So-
more important.
But technically, the first chronological event that's going to happen is you guys are going to arrive at the bar. So you guys
Mhm.
arrive at the bar. You are magically suggested to get out of there as soon as possible. So you have to do what you need to do and leave immediately. So what are you there to do?
So I asked for the smallest possible bottles of dragon piss.
Okay.
He never stated what size of bottle. He just wanted 2 bottles of dragon fish. That's all.
Yeah, but I really don't think they have like those small ones that you can buy at the liquor shop and
You
airport.
never know.
They don't have those little travel pack ones that are like this big.
Thank God.
You never know. You never know.
So the woman behind the bar in this particular establishment, because you were magically suggested to do this as quickly as possible, so you went to the closest one rather than his regular hangout. The woman behind the bar goes, "All right,"
Do
and
I
she
know
just
this woman as
grabs
well?
two. You recognize the people in here, but you don't tend to favor this one. This one's too high class. They have the lower class um, uh,
Drinks.
alcohols and liquors and things of that nature, but most of the people who come here are in fancy clothes and things of that nature.
Hi, Diana. How you doing? I don't know.
She nods to you. I thought we kicked you out of here. And
Yeah,
she,
but now I'm a member of the friends, so I'm allowed.
well, as long as you get out of here quick. And she puts two bottles. They're about this big, but they're like fat bottles. Like they have the fat round part and then the skinny neck.
Mm-hmm.
So
How
they're about
much
this big.
would that go?
She goes, "For you, 2 gold."
You?
What?
Then I hand him his 2 bottles of Dragon Princess. There, you 2 damn bottles.
Oh, Ravgard, you make me the happiest girl in the world.
I will kick you if you try to hug me.
I hug him.
And it's your own fault that you dropped them.
I'm not dropping them.
Unfortunately, you are magically compelled, so you are having this conversation while your feet are leaving the bar. So you begin leaving, and yes, you can add 2 bottles of Dragon Piss to your inventory.
I think I have 7 of them now.
Either way, you have those, and just so you're aware, this alcohol is high enough proof that you could potentially make like a firebomb out of them if you wanted to.
Hell
But
yeah.
anyway, just for future reference, so the next chronological event that's going to happen is Emperos is going to arrive at the location that the speech is going to be held at, which apparently you are all aware of this, but it might seem strange to you as players. He has a podium on top of his roof, and he just posts when he's going to be making a speech around town with the town criers and things of that nature, and if you don't show up, then you don't get to hear it. That's just how it works. But there's still quite a sizable crowd that has gathered around his house. Well, the outside of his gate, and they're sort of staring at his roof.
Okay. So yeah,
He hasn't started yet, so he's not on the roof.
I just wait for the speech then.
Okay, you're just gonna stay outside, wait for the speech to happen?
I cast Detect Magic just to get a look around me.
Well, obviously in a huge group of people, it's expected that you would see a few people who are slightly glowing with magic. Though if you want to focus on any particular types of magic, I can give you possibly something.
Illusion magic.
Okay. Make a perception check, because there is quite a few people, so the sight might be obscured.
Perception.
What you're trying to look for.
I'm very perceptive.
However, you nat 20'd it. So, sort of just glance around casually. Nobody seems to care that you're there or anything. Some of the people might recognize you, but they're just waiting for the speech and expect that you're here to hear the speech like anybody else. You sort of look around. You do notice a couple blips of illusion, One coming from just a civilian standing. He has an illusion, like a trinket that has illusion magic on it. You're not sure what the trinket is because it's sort of a crowd, but he has a trinket and it's on his belt. There's a person who's completely covered in illusion magic standing next to the gate, and you notice, what's the range?
The range on, let me see.
I think it.
Detect magic, I think it's 30 or something. Yeah, but I will be moving around the crowd, so.
Okay, that's fair, but I mean, the perception moment where it matters, there's a certain range. That it'll help if you're in that range. Like, you have to make sweeps, so anyway. Because it's only 30 feet and there's like a huge crowd, so you might have to zigzag back and forth in order to get everyone, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice one by the gate that is completely covered, a person, which could suggest a couple of things. And there's a person whose hands seem to be radiating illusion magic.
Whose hands?
Yeah, just his hands.
I'll go over to that one and I'll ask him what happened to his hands.
He sort of glances over at you, and now that you're closer to him, you notice he's a hooded figure, human height, and he has a face veil, which certain religious figures have face veils. So it's not like unheard of that somebody would have a face veil, but in this instance it might be suspicious to you. And his hands are uncovered from his cloak, but the rest of him is covered, and his hands are covered in illusion. And he goes, my hands are severely burnt. Just doesn't look right if I'm showing what they really look like.
Oh, I'd like to make an insight check to see if it's telling the truth. I'm very insightful too. I'm just saying it so I get a crit.
And he did. So, it seems as though this particular person is being forthright that there's something wrong with his hands, but you're not sure. It seems like he came up with the burnt hand story on the spot.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't seem like he's actually burnt his hands.
Yeah, his hands aren't burnt, but there's something wrong with them.
Why the fuck you lying?
I will just dispel him, because why not? I just dispel him.
How far away are we?
You guys aren't there yet. See, this is what happens when you do superfluous, or whatever the word is, tasks as you're trying to get to your destination. Sometimes you miss things, especially in a side story such as this, which is partially intrigue. So you might miss some clues, but he's here, so he might get to see them. So you dispel it. His hands get revealed, and they are a dark, like, purple with a lot of blue mixed in hue. I'm not sure of a tint, the name for a tint that would be appropriate, but it is indicative of a dark elf.
A drow.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell him no funny business. We are on high alert, and I'll leave him alone.
He goes, he just sort of looks at his hands, sees that they're revealed, and he goes, yes, sir. And you're aware that drow have sun sensitivity, so that might be part of the reason why he's completely covered, except for his hands. Because he needs his hands to interact with objects and things.
Yeah.
So,
And then I would move over to the other guy that was standing at the gate.
okay. As you walk over, the detect magic ability is causing him to glow. But if you focus a little bit, you can see that he appears to be a guard.
Oh.
He appears to be a guard.
Yes. So what I'm saying is the illusion appears to be a guard
Okay.
that is standing next to the gate.
So I just walk up next to him and ask him if there's been any trouble.
He goes, oh, no.
Good. And I'll take a look out, see if my companions are approaching soon.
Okay. You take I'll get you to make a perception check, because you might notice some other things while you're looking for them.
This one will be poorly.
Yes. Yeah, the
That's how
crowd.
it usually goes.
It seems like more people are filing in. Perhaps, like, you've seen his speeches before. They're usually not that exciting. Usually more blaming of the the law enforcement of not doing their jobs properly, things of that nature. But it seems a lot more people are gathering than usual, is what you get. But
Okay.
unfortunately, it blocks you from seeing anything that might have been important. Because there's so many people gathered.
So yeah, I'll just wait next to him and see if I find my companions after a while.
Okay, sure. So, since he's skipping to that part, you guys arrive, the both of you, and there's a huge crowd. Like, you're about the equivalent of a city block away, and there's people just standing there. And it's like they're packed the street. You've never
So
seen
I'll ask him, how tight are your horns stuck to your head?
What?
How strong are the horns stuck to your head?
Oh, hell no, I start running.
That's too bad. I only have a grip on one of your horns.
I'll
Well,
say
I-
that you
I
let
won't-
go.
Okay.
But if you want to try to grab him, I'll say that you have a chance to grapple him.
Okay.
Just to be fair.
Get
So it's
back
a grapple
here.
check. Since you're attempting to escape, you can use either your acrobatics, which is dex, or athletics, which is your strength.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, he manages to get away.
Well,
He
I let him
slips
go
right out of
and I just let him go flying over the crowd.
Do you fly over the crowd?
Yes, I can fly over the crowd.
What race are you? Oh yeah, you have the wings. That's right. I forgot about.
When I see him flying, I will just try to wave at him to get him to come over.
All right, let's see if he can make his perception check. Because you're flying, so he sees you, but do you see him? Is the question.
Perception,
make-
let's see. No, don't.
No. The crowd is too big. Imperos, as you attempt to wave at him as he's looking at you, like you see that he looks in your direction, and a couple of people like nudge into you and knock you back a little bit, and it seems as though they obscured his sight from you, and he looks
Okay,
away
I
in a
just
different direction.
tell him in his mind that I'm over here this way, and I kind of give him directions to where to go.
Okay. So, sort of like down to the left, your head's turned the wrong way, the other left, sort of thing.
No,
So,
not your
since
left,
he
my
can-
left.
Since he can telepathically talk to you, you find him, and he's sort of just standing by the gate.
Can I see where he's flying?
Yeah, you see him flying.
Yeah, well, I follow him.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to hold you by your horns while I flew you over. But no,
I
you
would've-
didn't want that.
That would probably have hurt. And I'm not suggesting that you would like let me go when we were 30 feet up
It's
in the
pretty
air,
much-
most likely.
It would pretty much feel like someone grabbing onto your hair and pulling you up in the air. So it wouldn't be pleasant.
And
But
then letting me go like 50 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Nah. I can only move 20 feet a turn, so it would
Yeah,
take a
20
while
feet
for
up in
that.
the air.
horns?
Then.
Your horns are technically made of bone, and they are attached to your skull, so it's not like they would come out, it would just hurt.
So yeah, when they both approach, I will ask them to take a look at this guard over here, and I cast the spell magic on him.
Okay. Pretty abrupt.
No, that's
So
the
he's-
dimension door. Wait, that's the wrong one. The spell
Yeah, if
magic.
you use dimension door, you
On the
teleport
guard,
somewhere.
and he.
He means this one.
You and the
there we
guard
have it,
teleport.
double.
No. Okay. Yeah, you touch him. Uh,
I did it at 4th level, if it matters.
Okay, 4th level. If you cast it at a 4th level, it vanishes, and it's Bink. However, he is wearing the Royal Protector's uniform. And he goes, "Hey, why'd you do that? Now you've blown my cover." And he puts his sword away.
Why are you undercover? What are you hiding from?
Well, you see, and as soon as he's about to tell you, the king steps up onto the podium, and he says, "Quiet, quiet," and Bink actually stops talking. So you can attempt to make him continue talking, but he seems like he is attempting to remain quiet for the king.
Well, let's persuade him to keep talking. How about
Okay.
we just keep talking, but in a hushed voice?
He goes, make a persuasion check. See if he actually turns around to talk to you or not.
11?
Nope.
That was cute.
He goes,
Don't worry, man. He won't hear you from all the way down here.
Okay, I'll allow that. He goes to shush Revogar. Praxis approaches with this very almost sarcastic sounding persuasion, but it still somehow works. And he goes, "Fine. Apparently there's someone who can control demons that's going to attack the king. We made an illusion to see if we could throw them off, but apparently the king wanted to make a speech. So I was hiding, hoping to see if I could see him, but now my royal protector colors are right here, so maybe he's run off."
Is he telling the truth? Insight.
Yes, you can attempt insight.
He's telling the truth.
Well, he's hard to read. He seems frustrated that you guys are attempting to talk during the speech. So
Well, I haven't spoken.
the thing that comes out most is his frustration, so you can't read anything else.
Yeah, so since after that, Ravagar's just looking around, making sure that there's not all of a sudden someone on a roof where they shouldn't be.
Okay, make a perception check. And this is specifically for the roofs, so I'm not going to give you information about the crowd.
We're all super good at this.
Well, you don't see anyone on roofs.
That's a good thing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna watch the speech, but while I do it, I'm gonna cast a message on Blink while I'm just whistling. He just keeps hearing whistling noises constantly.
Bink?
Yes.
You're going to cast what on Bink?
Message. So I'm basically just whistling, like doing a little whistling song in his head, and it won't stop.
Okay, sure. I'll allow it. Yes,
He
this.
can respond, but he doesn't know it's me, right?
Well, he can do an Arcana and figure out if
He might figure out it's me, but
Technically, you have verbal and semantic components to the spell.
okay, yeah, it's
So he could discover you unless if you're doing it stealthily.
yeah.
Stealth wolf, stealth wolf.
Alright, he's going to attempt to see what's making the noise, even
Wait,
though
I
it's
have
just...
luck. I have luck. Wait, this is what is funded.
That's much better, but he still has a chance of noticing. Okay. It's a contested roll, so you get to roll again.
Okay. Let's see. I have luck. I keep the 7.
Jesus Christ.
Don't spill all your luck now.
Yeah, I spent all my luck. I do it on the important stuff, okay?
He just at you, notices that you're casting a spell, and just sort of goes, "Will you stop?" as he just smacks you lightly.
Okay, I stop it.
Okay, so he got through the pleasantries at the beginning of the speech, which is what you've missed so far. And he goes, "Fellow citizens, I regret to inform you that there has been an attempt on my life." And the crowd goes, all over. And he goes,
They started cheering?
no, they go, like they're
Okay.
gasping.
No, you don't mean it. Get a gasp.
One of the drunk people. Did I get him? Is he dead?
He goes, "The assassin has been found and dealt with. However, people of my fair city, there are other problems that need dealt with. And they are within the city itself. I don't know how to say this, but I have very little say in what is going to happen next. I am going to have to leave the city, go into hiding. Now, I regret to inform you that I cannot tell my citizenry where I am going to hide. I'll just have to get there as soon as possible. And ruling duties are now in the hands of my royal protector. This is all that I really have to say. No other updates. Nothing, no flowery language. I'm not blaming anyone for anything today. Just, I need to go." And he places his hand on the ground beside him, and he vanishes. And the crowd goes, and everybody's now whispering.
More illusion magic.
He was not within 30 feet, and your detect magic doesn't reach that far.
No, I'm just assuming.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the detect magic spell wouldn't have reached that far. So you have no idea what kind of magic that was, if any.
I think the same magic that has been used by our bounty hunter to teleport.
I asked our bounty hunter friend if he might suggest that. What was the name of the kid again?
Thanks.
Binks, yeah. Maybe you should suggest Binks to tell us where the king is.
Well, I could just watch him if that's what you want. I have my father again. Did he forget? He knows where everyone is.
That's true. His father does know where everyone is.
Well, he couldn't find the scepter.
Yeah, well, that's not a person.
Oh. Well, let's ask your dad. I just
So,
sit my ass down on the ground and start drinking.
Okay, so is it a spell?
Scrying.
Okay. Perfect. This is perfect. You attempt to cast the spell, targeting the king.
Yeah.
The spell fizzles.
Pistols.
Yeah.
Anti-magic.
It doesn't find its target.
Or a different plane.
Could be a different plane. They could be dead. They could be, yeah, there could be an anti-magic field preventing you, or some other spell that's interfering. You're not sure. Could be any of those things, or perhaps other things.
Well, I've seen him on a different plane, so it's not that. But he could have made a save, or he could have. He could be in some sort of abjuration, under some sort of abjuration spell. So I'll just say that. I'll just tell everyone else that where he's hiding is covered with abjuration magic, which blocks viewers from outside.
Bink currently isn't listening to your conversation, so he doesn't hear any of that. But if you want to ask him questions later, you can. He's attempting to control the crowds, because some of them are getting a little rowdy. Asking him questions, because apparently he's been given power over the city.
What?
Yeah, didn't you hear that? He gave all the power to Binks.
Okay.
At this point, we probably should have left him with the owlbear.
Yeah.
He's rising real quick.
I'm wondering where the hell he hid the scepter.
Up his butt.
Who hid the scepter?
Well, it is a robot plug.
You said where he hid the scepter. How do you know it's a he?
Bum,
Bink-
bum,
Bink is a
bum.
It could be a she. It could be an it. Because it could be a
You.
monster.
Well, we did just dispel magic on him. So if he was hiding his appearance.
Oh, so you're thinking Bink did this?
Maybe.
Well, if he did, then it's a he, obviously. But you don't know that for sure.
Yeah, so I suggest we just go back and retire for the evening. It's been a long day of traveling.
Yeah. Not like there's gonna be something happening the moment we go to sleep.
Perhaps there will be.
Dun dun dun.
So unless there's anything else you want, I'm gonna go back home and have a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go back home and have a nice cup of something. I start
And I
walking
will be
towards my bar.
finishing that very last book.
I pat him on the back and say good luck, and I start walking towards the bar.
Okay, hold on. The moment you pat me, because I still have spell slots. Mwah.
Are you gonna
Old
try to
person
curse me
his
again?
ass. Because I can.
Alright, it's a wisdom
DC
save.
15.
Wisdom say, what is your DC?
DC 15.
That is easy. Oh. I guess
You just one step and then the other step. Yeah, kick.
I just sigh at them fighting again, and I say to myself, well, the bar is on the way, and I teleport me and the frozen person 500 feet.
I'm just enjoying this and just go to finish copying the book.
Okay.
And then I just
So-
leave him there stunned if he's still stunned.
Yeah, you can roll to determine how many turns it takes, or you can just wait a minute. Because I think it lasts a minute.
You
Yeah, I can
roll
concentrate
each
up to a minute onto it, and I will just to spite him.
times till you succeed.
Yeah, I'll just wait a minute. I got a minute. I'm not
Okay,
in
you're
any fight.
frozen for a minute, and then you just sort of are laying in the dirt when you regain ability to move yourself.
That's not that unusual, anyways.
But this time you were conscious.
Yeah, well, that's new.
Alright, so I assume you guys are going to go to your respective locations.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna change some spells when I wake up.
Okay. I'm going to get all three of you to make 3 perception checks. And you 3 are in different locations, so each of you has to succeed in order to see the things at your location.
10.
Okay.
It's lurking in my home now.
Ooh, that's good.
I think it was a 10. There's a lot of perception checks down here now.
Yeah, you need to make 2 more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 3.
That's performance.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So you do a little jig in your sleep. Somehow.
Jiggy, jig.
19, that's the highest.
He's doing a tap dance while sleeping. He would make the people who do the river dance blush with how good he's doing his river dance.
With 5?
Yeah. That shows how much I like them. So, okay, so who should we start with? Since Giovanni's came in, his first one came in first, I'm gonna go with him first. So, while you were sleeping at the library, in the middle of finishing your text, you're about halfway done, by the way. And you wake up, the librarian has graciously given you your pillow, or at least you perceive something. You can choose whether or not to wake up. So you can choose to just go, oh, whatever, and just go back to sleep. But we'll see when you perceive what you perceive.
At the 14 and 15, I of course wake up like the hell's going on. I woke up from something.
Yeah, you got woken up, but it won't interrupt your rest unless you choose to do something that would interrupt your rest, which is like
Okay.
being super active. So I'll let you hear or see or whatever it is, and then you can choose whether or not to continue with that.
Okay.
You hear what sounds like the smashing of a bottle outside the building, and you hear and you see someone stumble into the library who probably shouldn't be there, and you see the night staff of the library, because in this world libraries are staffed 24/7. People can come in at any time, because they're pretty important for magic users and things of that nature. So they have a few staff members, but not as many as in the day.
The way there is, you know.
Either way, you look over and you see like this weird drunk person stumble in. He appears to be human, huge beard, like curly beard hair that goes out like this far. He's missing a bunch of teeth. You haven't specifically seen this guy before. Like, you haven't busted him for anything or anything like that. His hair is all ragged and dreadlocked, and he's just walking in here and causing a disturbance.
Well, if the library is needed, I just put my what were they called? I just had the word in my head and now I've forgotten the word. Great.
Bird book?
No. Shackles on. Well, no, not shackles.
Handcuffs?
Are they? Yeah, handcuffs on the table. That just go like, if they need it.
All right, so you motion for somebody. That wouldn't interrupt your rest. You can motion for people while you're sort of just laying down.
Yeah.
And one of them goes, and he just sort of walks over and he attempts to restrain the guy. And as that happens, you hear outside of the building.
I'm too tired to just lay there because I want to get my sleep on.
Okay. You drift back off. And hours later, you open your eyes slightly because you feel something wet dripping on you. And you sort of go, ah, and you look up and you see what looks like a librarian pinned to the ceiling, dead.
So I
I
slowly
think you should
shut
have
up.
done something.
Yeah, I did. The hell I knew. I think those guys already took care of that guy. How the hell could I know? So I get
You
up
look around,
slow.
you see the drunk guy pinned to the ceiling as well.
See? So I get up. I'm going
So
like,
that wasn't the important part of what you ignored.
yeah. I think I missed something.
You see a bunch of civilians pinned to the ceiling in a similar way.
I can't. Well, excuse sleep. Then since I still have that spell in my repertoire, I cast daylight.
Okay. You're going to shine the light in here.
Yep.
Alright, you start looking around the area. You see, as I've described before, a bunch of people pinned to the ceiling. Let's see. Do you want to see anything specific about them, or do you want to examine the library, other parts of the library, or?
Are they pinned? I'm going here on the leg. Are they pinned in the? Are the bodies that pinned to the ceiling forming words?
You can attempt to see if there's any discernible pattern, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
It doesn't
Hooray,
say
-1.
It's shaped in the form of like what's that
7.
meme? The hand with the OK sign. That when people see it, they can punch you.
Okay, you look up. It doesn't look like there's any discernible pattern. They're just pinned at random. And it seems as, but you do notice that they seem to be pinned by something through their chest, and they're just stuck to the ceiling. Because the rest of them is just sort of hanging down limply.
So I checked myself. Is something wrong with me? Cause it ignored me apparently.
You look at yourself. All your possessions are there, even. They didn't even touch you.
Yeah, I dare bet I have some blood on me by now.
Yeah, you have, like, the blood that was dripping on your face from the corpse. Its hand was directly above your head, and the drip from the middle finger fell directly on your face, which was the only reason why you woke up.
So yeah, I get up and well, daylight is just shining. I just move it around with me to see if there's anything in the library.
Alright, make an investigation check. Which, again, I described that you were going to be investigators and no one took investigation. I still find that funny. But anyway,
what are you gonna do? I thought I was gonna be the muscle of the group, but nope, we all are gonna be investigators.
well, you're still a police officer. You
Yeah.
still have to look for clues.
That's very true.
I usually don't. I persuade people to do it for me.
Yeah, exactly. So nobody is actually able to do it.
Yeah, I'm more of an interrogator too, so I don't have investigation.
Yeah. Everyone chose the wrong routes for investigations. That's all.
We brought knives to a good fight.
Well, actually, I have +9 investigation.
You do.
Yeah,
But you're not there.
yeah, that's fine.
So
Well, look,
that's
You're at your
six.
place with 2 horses. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
They don't fit through the door and it's locked, so fuck those horses.
All right.
Okay.
Well, first we'll deal with a little bit more on
A 6 of investigation.
okay. You start looking around. You don't notice anything. And there's multiple, but I'll give you some choices here. Still, there's multiple doors to other rooms. You're not sure what the other rooms are for. However, there are multiple doorways on this floor, and you look up and you see a balcony on the upper floor, and there's doors that lead up to there, and perhaps there's other rooms up there.
Is there perhaps a trail of blood anywhere? Who knows?
You don't notice any due to that investigation.
Well,
Well, you see the blood dripping from the ceiling, but other than that, no.
Okay,
None that seems to be
doesn't-
leading anywhere specific. Like, you look at trails, and then it looks like it just somehow went up. So, the blood trail, someone got hurt on the ground and then got pinned to the ceiling somehow. You're not sure.
Well, good thing I can fly, so I can follow just a trail up the wall. Like I can follow it.
Okay, so you fly up there, and the guy's pinned to the ceiling like you saw from the ground.
Okay, then I go back down, and then the doors. I check the doors. Are they all locked or what?
A few of them are open, but I'll say that you try one and it's open. Do you wish to go in this one? This
Yeah,
one's
just-
on. I'm going to say that you're starting from the left from the entrance. So the
Yeah,
closest one on the left to the entrance.
Yeah, just push the door open, and my daylight is still with me. So the moment it's pushed open, light slowly shines in.
Alright, the little whatever it is, I think it's a ball of light, or do you shine it on
Yes.
yourself?
Yes,
Or-
it is. It's a ball of
little-
light.
Okay, it's a ball. Okay, just so that way I can more easily describe what's happening. The little ball floats into the room, and you just sort of walk in. You hear
I go for that sound. Like the hell's making that sound now?
do you walk stealthily or just walk?
I walk in, no fear.
Okay,
Shield
you
at the
walk
ready.
in, and your daylight goes around the corner of a bookshelf, and you see. Actually, you've seen one of these recently, but you have a feeling that the one that you saw before was an illusion. It's one of those dog creatures that is demon in nature that you fought before. I don't know if you identified it or not.
I think I did. I don't know anymore.
Well, roll a nature check.
Nature.
Yeah, he was the one that found the demon hellhounds. If
Or yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
it's a bunch of
But this
hellhounds
time
in
it's
a
a
corpse.
4.
They aren't hellhounds. I'll give you that much information. Where is it? Okay. Here we go. Now I'm on the right page. Where is it? Oh, here it is. They have weird bat-like faces. Pointy ears like bats. A lot fleshier. They don't have fur like bats do. And they look like dogs with just really long claws. Otherwise. And they can stand bipedal. So it sort of just turns around, and reminiscent of the first Resident Evil game when you see the first zombie, it sort of turns around and it has flesh hanging from its mouth.
Time to get into initiative.
Alright. I'll get rid of this initiative because it is no longer useful.
Ooh. Don't delete them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete them all and then add you back.
Okay.
Okay, where's
Oh,
your
I
thing?
can add myself back in.
Sure.
Exactly the same number!
Somehow. That was super lucky. Either way. So these things have +0. So it's just a d20 roll. It has less than a 50% chance of getting ahead of you, which it manages to do somehow.
Oh, it didn't get added, I see.
Yeah, that's okay. My monsters usually don't get added, unless if I have a picture for them. Which in this case, So, it sort of just
It's
turns
turn.
around, and it goes, and it just sort of leaps forward onto you. And it has multi-attack.
Let's see if it can hit. I
One
think
with
it
bite,
will.
one with claws. They only have +2.
Ooh, that was a close
Double
one.
nope.
So it leaps at you with its bite. It manages to come into contact with you, but you have plate armor, don't you?
Half plate.
Half plate? Okay. So yeah, it just bites onto your armor, not even bending it or anything like that. It's like a puppy dog just bit your armor. It doesn't do anything. And its claws try to reach up towards you, and you manage to back away. And it just hits the floor with its claws. And it just looks at you, goes.
I just grit in it, and then if it does any. So my turn now, or what?
Yeah, it only gets 2 attacks.
So grit in it, and then give it a face full of acid. That's a DC 15.
Alright. DC
Dexterity.
15. Does he take half if he succeeds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, he needs to succeed in order to survive. So his dex is 0. So, just a d20 roll.
Nope.
He does not succeed, and the acid comes into contact with him, and he goes, and he just sort of falls to the floor, covered in acid. And I'll say that you can choose whether or not to kill him because you did exactly his health.
Well, if we have a very good animal handler at the precinct, we can get some information from this very demon dog.
It it can speak. Most demons can.
So,
However, you have to understand the language it can speak.
So
Well, I speak Infernal.
It speaks Abyssal.
Abyssal.
ta ta.
Damn it.
Abyssal is for demons, Infernal is for devils.
No.
So yeah, I just hog tie it, and then, well, time to take it to the precinct.
All right. You can start heading that way if you wish.
Yep.
All right. You start walking out of the building, and as you do,
Oh yeah, before I do make sure to hang up a notice like lockdown for police investigation.
Yeah, a little.
as you start you go out of the door and you start taking out your paper, which has the um it's basically like a pre-filled out sheet of paper that has this place is locked down for further investigation, that sort of thing. As you take that paper out and you're about to take out your hammer and everything to hang up this notice, or you could just use the hilt of your weapons or whatnot, to hang it up, you notice that the town is completely barren. You see that there's no lights on in any houses, and you hear and lots of other inhumane screeches and noises in the distance.
Well, this is not good. Just just don't hang it up and then just go to the precinct as quick as I can.
Okay, so as you're doing that, we'll switch to the next person. Which is actually Abraxas. Because you rolled your first. I think.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So.
Stay awake. Stay awake.
I almost fell out of my chair.
So. You wake up about halfway through the night, and you hear. Like directly next to you.
Directly next to me?
Yes. You are in a bar, so you are in a building.
What?
Yeah, you're in the bar. You passed out in the bar.
Yeah, I thought you said I'm not in the bar, but I couldn't have been thrown out. He loved me too much.
Yeah, you're inside the bar still, and you hear like a weird barking sound next to you.
Like straight next to my face.
Like maybe 2 or 3 feet away from you.
Damn. Well, I start looking, I guess.
Right? You sort of lackadaisically look over, and by the way,
stealthily if that helps.
Sure, you can roll stealth. However, before you do that, you are intoxicated, so you are at disadvantage for all your ability checks.
I'm always intoxicated.
Yes, but you are more so than usual. So you have to roll.
I just do another roll now. 25, and now I'm at disadvantage. So 25 stealth.
All right. You sort of just drunkenly look over, and you start looking around the room, and you see a bunch of these dogs in this room. They haven't noticed that you looked at them yet.
How many are there?
Maybe 15.
15 dogs?
Yeah, and there's people who are like cowering in the corner. But some of them are already bitten and on the floor, bleeding.
Okay. Is there anybody behind the bar?
Someone's hiding behind the bar.
Cool. Can I reach any of the high-proof bottles?
You can attempt to. That first stealth check, though, was you looking.
So I don't have a bottle like right next to me.
It's next to you, but it's empty.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so your hand is currently wrapped around it because you passed out with your hand wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm. How close is the closest one?
The closest one is about 2 feet, so within melee range.
Well, I quickly turn around and throw the bottle in his face and then attack him with my rapiers.
Okay, so I'll get you to roll an improvised melee attack, which is unproficient. So it's just Dex plus D20.
17.
Alright, that hits him. And I'll get you to roll a D4 for the bottle.
Hey!
So you deal 4 damage to him.
And then it's the rapiers. Do I get sneak attack?
Yes, you do get sneak attack on the bottle.
So I get sneak attack on
Yeah, you can roll your sneak attack dice on the bottle. It's the first attack that hits.
I'm trying to, but it doesn't work. Well, it's 5d6.
Alright, roll 5d6. /R space 5d6. Excuse me?
I think it's dead.
Yeah, with the sneak attack, you manage to... Here's what I'm going to say. Instead of throwing it, you just smash the bottle on its head and then stab it right in the throat. The broken bottle, and
Well,
it goes down.
on to the next one, I guess. Or is it not my turn yet?
Yeah, you can go on to the next one because you're technically in a surprise round.
Okay,
Because they didn't
so
notice that you were conscious.
straight to the nearest one with the rapiers. So am I
Alright.
in disadvantage now?
Yes.
Okay. 10.
A natural 1. The dog. You're too drunk, and you stab the floor next to it. So your rapier just sort of goes. And now it is initiative. So roll your initiative.
21.
Alright. They have a 0. 1. So you get to act again right away. After your sword just sort of bounces off the floor and you're shaking your head wondering what just happened. You get to go again.
Well, I get to go again.
Yeah, it's your turn.
15.
Alright. 15 hits him.
Ooh.
Actually, if you don't get a natural 1, you hit them. So the only reason you missed last time is because you got a natural 1.
It's not sneak anymore, so 12.
Alright. 12 damage. That takes him out.
On to the next one.
Okay.
But it's not my turn.
Wait. You have to hit him again in order to kill him, unfortunately.
You
I
have
read
your
the wrong
bonus action attack too, if you're using your offhand.
I'm using 2 rapiers. Double-handed.
Yeah, so you could use your bonus action as well.
I have bonus actions?
Everyone has bonus action.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
my
every
bonus action
character
is...
has action. Whether or not
It's
you can
not-
use it for something is a different story.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
used my bonus action to hit him with the second rapier.
Sure.
So roll again.
Yep.
12.
12 hits him,
That is another 12 damage.
and he goes down. And this particular one was feasting upon a now corpse of one of your drinking buddies.
Asshole.
And but it is gone. It is dealt with.
Well, I guess it's their turn now. Or
Does he get 3 attacks or 2 at this level? Since you played rogue.
Rogues don't have multi-attack, so it's just the main and offhand weapon.
Okay. So he doesn't have multi-attack. At least yet. I mean, he could get a special item that gives him multi-attack or whatever, but anyway. So, dog's turn. There's now 13 of them. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna say that 1, 2. You're next to the wall, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be 5 attacks against you. And
5 multi-attacks.
They each have 2 attacks, but they're each only +2 to hit you. So you have a decent chance of dodging. 1, 2.
Miss, hit.
Alright. 1,
Miss.
2.
Definitely hit.
1,
Miss.
2.
Miss.
1,
Miss.
2.
Hit.
And one more, I think. 1, 2.
Everything above, everything 17 and above hits.
So
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of them is crit.
Alright. Yeah, the damage on these ones isn't that different. So 4, I'm gonna say 2 are claws and 2 are bites. Because the damage isn't that different on them anyway. And they don't get plus any, like, they just get dice. They don't get plus anything. 1, 2, wow!
Are you fucking
Max damage on both of those. And the bite is 1d6. 1, 2. Okay, you have dogs surrounding you. And I'm going to roll a d20 before you take your next turn. Alright, there appears to be a guy who's trying to help you.
Ooh.
One guy. It was the guy behind the bar.
Well, that is just good, because if anybody is within melee range, that's not good news for the doggies.
Exactly, that's
So
what
that
I
is
was rolling.
8 plus 8 plus 1 plus 4, right? In damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not strong, but they travel in packs usually.
Which one is the crit one?
I didn't roll a crit
Yeah,
one.
didn't roll the crit
So,
one.
I'm gonna say, since I didn't call out my crit one beforehand, I'm gonna say the 4 is the crit. So 4 plus 4.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna take the highest one, and I'm not gonna take the lowest one because I didn't call it.
46 HP left. That's
Yeah,
more
these
than
dogs,
enough HP.
these dogs aren't powerful. They're pack animals, really.
Well, which one is close to the guy that is helping me?
There are 2 that are within his melee range.
Well, I attack one of them.
Okay, go ahead.
10, that's a miss, and I use my bonus
Technically,
action.
you would roll regular, I think, or is that not a thing with?
Aren't I still drunk?
Yes, you're still drunk.
Yeah, so disadvantage,
Does he
right?
get an advantage if there's somebody next to him?
He's taking disadvantage because of drunkenness. That's why he's rolling twice.
Okay. All right.
Advantage is only if he's not seen, like if he's hidden. So if he takes the hide action, then shoots, then he would have advantage.
Oh, okay. So that's for the hidden bonus. Okay. So 10 misses, unfortunately.
Can I try again with bonus, or do I have to
Yep.
hit him before I can? Okay. 11.
11 hits him.
And he takes 22 damage.
He's down. As you
That's too
strike
bad.
that one. So, yeah, the bartender had to move in order to get to where you are, so he doesn't get his attack for the previous turn, but he will get attack on this turn.
See, I
So-
told you we were friends, I said. Tell him.
He says, "Even if we weren't, I'd help you kill these things." As he gets his weird long sword ready to strike. It's rusted, but it'll still do damage.
Awfully cute of you.
So he's gonna roll with a +5, and he gets 2 attacks. Those both hit. And he's gonna deal 1d8. Plus... Actually, he gets... No. He's the bartender, so I buffed him up so that way you wouldn't steal stuff from him. So he's a bit stronger.
Well, now I know that.
Well, you see him fighting, so you would know how he fights now.
This
Just
is the
by watching
bartender that I still have a free bottle of, right?
I think so. This is Roger.
Okay, Roger, yeah. I would never steal from Roger.
Alright, he strikes with the first strike. Unfortunately, that doesn't put it down, so he has to strike again. With another 15, and he puts down the nearest one to him. And he moves so that way he gets 2 within his melee range again. Because he sees how you're fighting, and he knows that he can help you by doing this, so that's why he's going to do this. So, it is now enemy's turn. Luckily, since he's helping you fight, he's drawing some of the attention, so you're not going to get as many attacks this time. But he might go down.
That's not good.
Okay, these are for you. 1, 2,
Miss.
1, 2.
Crit hit, then miss. So 1 crit.
Okay, so 2 of them attacked you. So, this is a critical. So it has to be. Technically, it's bite, claw, bite, claw. So bite, which is 1d6. So 2d6. Which still could amount to 2. So that's 8
again.
damage.
Down to 38.
As that dog bites into you. And I'm just going to roll and see if they hit the bartender, the other two. Whoops, I forgot to add the plus, but that's fine, they both miss him. He's actually using his rusted longsword to parry them out of the way, so when they try to bite, he hits their teeth with the sword and knocks them aside.
Roger, you didn't tell me you were a badass.
Actually, I forgot the other one, so he still needs to dodge 2 more. So he manages to parry one dog, but the other one gets a bite in on him, and then he pushes him off, preventing the claw attack.
He was an adventurer like you until he became a bartender.
Until he got an arrow in the knee, yeah?
No, he got an arrow in the elbow.
Well,
okay, he took
has
5
a kid.
damage.
He does have a kid, so he does kind of got an arrow in the knee because it kind of means getting married.
I suppose.
It does.
You could make it mean that. Around where I live, people don't say that, but they say the ball and chain or things of that nature.
Yeah, well, this is like way, way back in time.
Either way, the bartender takes 5 damage. So, it is now your turn.
Don't touch my barkeep! 11.
Yeah, that hits. Their AC is super low.
And it's 27 damage, so I think he's down.
Yeah, he's down.
On to the next one. The closest one.
Alright,
Which
sure.
is not in melee range, I guess, from the bartender.
Yes, the next one is in melee range with the bartender.
Oh, well then he's dead as well.
No, unfortunately, you can only do sneak attack 1 time per turn.
Oh, okay. So 12.
Alright, so he has taken 12. So now the bartender gets to go. And what did I roll for him? He has +5, that's right. He hits. I'm gonna roll the damage to see if he kills this one before going on to the next. Which he does. And then he goes on to the next dog. And he rolls an 18. For 14 damage. And he is still within range of 2.
Ooh.
However, 1 is severely injured. So if you want to try to math your way to killing more at a time, you might want to attack a different one. However, they get to attack you first.
So he didn't attack the one I attacked?
Yeah, he did. And he put it down. And then he went to the next one and dealt 14 damage.
Okay.
So, it is time for
you to crit once more again.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'll be honest with you. 4 attacks against you. 1, 2,
Miss.
3,
Miss.
4. This time, you're actually getting used to their fighting style. And you're managing to get out of their way. One sort of does this cinematic leap over you, trying to bite you, and you just duck underneath it, and then you leap over the other one as it charges at your feet. You're managing to dodge these things pretty easily. However, the barkeep is still being attacked. 1, 2, 1, 2. And he gets hit twice with 2 bites. It's just d6s, so 1, 2. So he takes another 4 damage. He's looking hurt. He doesn't have as much HP as you. Probably fought before, but not in a long time. So he's not doing too well. So it is now your turn.
Well, I sneak attack the one he did not attack.
Okay, sure. You can attempt to hit him.
That is a
With
hit.
17 hits.
And it's 26 damage.
Yeah, that kills it outright.
And then I try to kill the other one that he was hurting.
Okay.
And I miss. That's a lot of natural ones.
I got a lot of natural 20s. You need to get a lot of natural ones. It's just how the world works.
It's just how the DM system works, I guess.
Yes. So.
Damn you, script gods.
I didn't program it. To be fair.
Or did you?
Alright, one. He misses with his first attack, but his second attack sinks into this dog that he was trying to kill, killing it. And so next, there are still 2 dogs left, and they're going to split up and try. One's going to attack each of you. The other dogs appear to have run out of the building, noticing that you guys are killing them. So, let's see. So one's going after you, +2.
This is just not fair. So
this is the advantage of a DM using a bunch of enemies at once. You just get a bunch of rolls, and you have a higher chance of getting natural 20s eventually.
Are all these
eventually?
So, is your AC 17?
Yes, so both hit then. If it's from the 20 to the 17, then yes, both hit.
Okay, so the first one's the bite, unfortunately. So 2d6 for you, which I rolled less than average, so 4.
-8.
No, it's 2d6, so 4.
Okay.
Just 4. The next one is the claw, which is 2d4. Technically, the claw has a higher average, but the bite. No, the claw can do more damage, so the claw is just better.
3.
For 3 damage.
Down to 31.
And the barkeep is having 1 attack him. So 1, 2. Okay, 1 hit. 2d4. Oof. This one leaps onto the bartender, biting at his throat, and he falls to the floor.
He's just down, right?
Yeah, he's down.
Oh, thank God.
He's out.
My God, your best friend is now dead.
He's not dead, he's just down.
Technically, he can resuscitate him as long as he gets to him in time. So,
that is the plan.
it is now your turn.
Well, the guy that is upon my friend is technically in melee range, so...
Yes, but he is unconscious, so it doesn't count.
Damn it. Well, I go after that one. That is a 10 damage. And again, with a fucking natural 1!
It gets hurt. So
Yay.
it probably won't gratuitously keep biting him because you're attacking it. So, He gets to make a death saving throw on his turn.
He gets back up.
Natural
gets
20.
one
It's not
health.
full health.
No, he gets 1. And he gets to stand back up. So if he survives this turn, he'll give you advantage.
No, it's at the start. It's at the start of his turn, so he technically has his whole turn.
Is it?
Yeah, when you get a natural 20, it's because you have 1 HP, or they allow you to do something.
So we can
Okay.
attack and actually kill the bastard now.
Sure, he can attempt to do that. I didn't realize that was a stipulation. However, he
Come
misses
on,
with the
man.
first,
And he hits
but
with the
he
second.
hits with the second, dealing
2 damage.
1 damage.
No, that thing's dead. So the only one left is the one that's attacking you. So, it is going to do that. So d20 plus 2. However, this time you do the same thing again. You leap over it as it lunges towards you. And it is now your turn.
Shove my rapier inside its skull.
Alright, give it a go.
So do I get sneak since it's so close to my barkeep?
Yeah. Yep.
That is a 23. Right?
Alright. I'll do this cinematically. As you leap over to dodge its previous attack, you just sort of spin in the air and just sink your rapier directly into its skull mid-air. And then you pull it out before you land on the ground.
Just want to tell you guys, I'm drunk, so don't do this when I'm sober. I will kill you.
You notice, however, that on the ground they turn into black puddles because you killed them. So they are actually dead and they are black puddles on the ground. However, you notice that the black puddles do not dissipate. They're just black gunk on the ground.
That's nice. So there's no more dead fucking dogs, right?
There's no more dogs.
Hell yeah.
They ran away.
I jump behind the bar and get up 2 shot glasses and a bottle of something. Nice.
Alright, the barkeep goes, well, I'm glad to see you're awake, but the town is being attacked.
I start pouring in the 2 glasses and handing him one.
He takes it and he just shoves it down his throat and he goes, are you coming with me?
You shouldn't go anywhere.
He looks at his throat, which is currently bleeding, but not enough to kill him, and he goes, yeah, you're right. Are you going?
I'm going. Go upstairs to your family. Lock the door and don't let anybody in.
I'll try to keep these people safe. And he motions for any of the living people to follow him. And they go into the back area of the bar.
Well, I go outside and I go immediately into stealth and start running towards the precinct.
Okay, so now we are going to switch to...
It's the 27th for the stealth.
Okay, so we're going to switch over to... I'll keep that in mind. But we'll switch over to Mparos.
Yeah, I would have put the alarm spell on my house if anyone enters.
Okay. I just need to see what your actual rolls were. Because we rolled a lot during that fight.
Yeah, I have to view all the chats because there's too many. I think it was
You can click the top and it says view chat,
Yeah.
chat entries for this game. If I needed to. However, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna need to.
Oh, it's not that far back, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Ow. Yeah.
I made a
far
lot
back.
of rolls too for those dogs.
Yep.
Oh, but this is for like
Every single message, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Everybody.
scroll down. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't think I was.
Yeah, I got an 8, a 16, and a 14.
Okay. You wake up in the middle of the night when it's dark. Your alarm spell goes off at your front door.
Okay.
And I'll say that the way that you have it set up, the door would have to be open for the spell to go off because they would have to come through the door. Or if they just somehow appeared on the other side of the door or things like that. So they're in the house. They're not like
Okay.
walking by the outside.
So I had a short rest.
I'll give you a short rest.
Okay, that's good because I need a spell, and I will go ask out who is there. Why have you come to my house?
Turns out that just one of the horses triggered the.
It would be funny if that's what it was, but that's not what it is. Yeah, because they can't get out of that room, and he wouldn't have. It's not coming up. Anyway, the chat wasn't coming up for me.
So yeah, I'm going out in my hallway.
Okay. It's being super laggy, so just give me a second. She messaged me. Yeah, she just came back. So she just messaged me privately, which is why you guys don't see it.
Yeah.
Lonnie?
Yeah.
So it's back to main campaign?
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have enough time to make it worth it.
Yeah, I have to go in like an hour, so.
Yeah. So by the time I do the recap, we would be halfway, maybe, through the time. So it wouldn't be worth it. But I told her she can show up if she wants to listen in. So, she might show up, she might not, but who knows. Anyway, so, you guys, you hear the alarm, and you called out. That was the last thing.
Yeah, and I went out in the hallway to see what I saw.
Okay. So it's just a hallway to your front door?
Yeah,
Exiting-
it's the door on the opposite side of the teleportation room, and then it goes back into the living area.
Yeah, so basically there's the teleportation room, a hallway, the living area, and the exit?
Yeah, and a small storage room where I keep my foods and stuff.
Sure. I assume you have a small bed somewhere?
Yeah, that was in the room I was in. And there's also a small basement beneath, but there's no entrance to it. It's just an empty room. Could I have that?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay.
He's gonna
Because
teleport
I'll say
himself
that you
down into
were
that room.
you were a pretty affluent bounty hunter. You were good at what you do. So I'll say that sure, you can have that.
Okay.
If you would have wanted it.
Yeah, I would have wanted it.
Okay.
So
Sure.
I go and look to see what I find.
Okay, so when you say who's there before you enter the hallway, you hear Dominus Moxie. Just whispering in the hallway. So I'll give you a choice whether or not you want to still walk into the hallway with the demonic voice.
I think
Okay.
you want to play dominoes. That's not so bad.
So yeah,
I
I'll
think, if I know my Latin correctly, he said dominate, kill. But I might not.
I'll just shoot him a message if I can try and connect with this creature, and I'll ask him, "Is there anything I can help you with?"
It will attempt to speak to you, but a stipulation of its speaking is that only creatures that understand Abyssal can understand it.
Okay, so I hear back something. Then I will sit down on the ground and I will cast comprehend languages.
All right. You don't know if it's going to stay there long enough for you to cast a ritual, if that's what you do.
First, I just say, hold up. Or can I just use a spell slot to do it?
You can use a spell slot.
Yeah, I'll just use a spell slot to do it instantly. So I'll ask him in Abyssal, I can help you with.
He goes, "You're here to kill. Will you kill?"
Sure, I can come kill, but can we do it after lunch?
He goes, "Killing now. Smell something."
Yes, there's some horses. I can give you the horses if you want to kill them.
Hey!
Kill horses. Kill other thing I smell.
Oh no, that's me. I'm not. You can't kill me. Then I'll kill you instead. That's not
You
good.
hear footsteps approaching from down the hall. Is the door open to your room?
It probably wouldn't have been because I haven't gone in there yet.
Okay.
But
I mean the room that you are currently in is the door.
Yeah, that one would have been close. So I will just create as loudly noises as I can and say, no, actually I wouldn't do that. I would just say, you would find better places to kill things outside of my home. I don't have a lot here. So if you would keep going down the road, I'm sure you'll find better places.
You hear the footsteps approach near the door frame, and then you hear what sounds like a dog sitting down right outside, like a heavy dog sitting down right outside your door, and it says, "All the others have taken that meat.
Huh.
You are alone, and so am I. Lucky for me, right?"
Well, are you sure about that? Could we at least go outside and kill each other?
Make a perception check.
Perception. Perception, let's see. I just ask you, can we at least go outside and kill each other? I don't want any mess here.
Even though you got a low perception, you hear like a person screaming and then like outside your house.
Okay. I guess that's a no-go then.
And he goes, "Others might get jealous. Stay inside." And you can see, do you have a crack under your door?
Sure, why not?
You see like nostrils, like little skin flaps from nostrils sticking under the door. And you hear,
If you have a dagger, you should stab him now.
I make it smell absolutely like, kind of like, what a cremation room or something like that would smell like, just completely burnt from inside.
Okay. You can do that with prestidigitation.
So when it starts smelling here, it just smells completely burnt.
And he goes, "Are you cooking yourself for me?"
Yes, I am. I'm just. I just need some time to get ready, but I'll be done soon.
It goes, "I prefer fresh, but I'll take what I can get. And you hear its body slamming against the door.
Okay, so I want to cast levitate and float to the top of my. Like I'm just gonna lay, but at the
On the
roof.
ceiling?
Yes, I'm gonna lay on the ceiling, and I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. It slams its body into the door, and then you hear it backing up, and then you open the door, and then it slams itself into the door and sort of falls into the room. And it just sort of looks around.
And I'm gonna thunderbolt it.
Okay. But before that happens,
Oh.
I'm going to see if you surprise it or not. See if it noticed where you were.
Sure.
Perception is based on... Oh, he has a special perception. He has special perception.
When he smells, right? Just like a bear.
Yep. Actually, his perception is just got a bonus. No, wait, it's his passive perception, so his regular perception does not. So perception is based on wisdom. No, it doesn't see you.
So in that case, I probably have advantage then.
It's a surprise round, so you get all the bonuses associated.
So 29 to hit.
Does it hit?
14 thunder damage, and then I suppose it's initiative.
Unless if your turn, you can do anything else with it.
No.
Alright. Yes, it is initiative.
I just see that logo.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of that and add 9. So technically, it gets to go first.
Yes, but I'm stuck in a ceiling.
Yes, that's true. But that doesn't mean it's not going to try to get you, and it might succeed. Who knows? Let's see. Strength. It has 0 strength. So it's going to do something else instead. What is the height of your room?
Well, if he can decide, it's about 120 feet.
No, I would say it's about an average human size, probably 2.5 meters, something like that.
All right, so less than 10?
And here you come with the feet again.
Either way, it's going to try to do this anyway. It's just going to try it.
It's 8.2 feet.
All right, so it is able to reach you with its fetid cloud. It can only do this once a day, which is why the other ones were not doing it, because they were saving it, but you're up too high and it wants you, so it's going to try. It's a 10-foot radius. You notice that emanating from it, it just sort of shakes its body slightly, and a big cloud of green gas just fills the entire room. And let's see, it spreads around corners, so it's even technically outside the room. And it lasts for 1 minute. Any creature that starts its turn in the area. Okay, so it ends its turn because it can only do that on its turn if it uses that ability. So it is now your turn, which at the beginning of your turn, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
14.
All right, 14. You succeeded. Yeah, you managed to notice, like, you're on the ceiling and it's on the floor, so the cloud took time to get to you, and you managed to cover your face before the cloud reached you, so now it is your turn.
And I will, actually, let me double check something, races.
Yeah, Lonnie's actually watching.
I can hold my breath indefinitely as long as I'm not incapacitated. So I'm just gonna start holding my breath like not breathing.
Yes, that would do something if this was just like a poison cloud, but this is like a magic cloud. So as
Yeah.
long as you're within the range, then it still can hurt you.
It was worth a try.
Magic.
So, Thunderbolt. Did I pick it?
Yeah, you can try to hit it. I don't know. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
25 hits.
14 thunder damage.
Yeah, it gets obliterated and gets knocked to the side. However, you are still inside the room, and the room is filled with green gas. It lasts for a minute, even if it's dead.
7. What happens?
All right, you are poisoned. While poisoned in this way, the target can take either an action or a bonus action on its turn, not both, and can't take reactions.
Okay.
You're basically
So-
slowed.
Yeah, I'm slow. Okay. So I will float down to my pillow and I will take that. That's one turn.
Okay.
And for my second turn, I will dimension door to the basement. And I will sleep in the basement. In my
Okay.
safe room.
Sure.
That's
So-
why I wanted a panic room.
All right. So,
So it's kind of just like a
those horses might be in danger, but sure, you can do that.
So it's kind of just like a bunker with some supplies, that sort of thing.
Sure, I'll allow it. So he's going to take his long rest. So now it's going to just switch to you two because. And since you were moving stealthily, you both arrive at approximately the same time. Was Ragovar moving stealthily?
Nope, he was running.
Is he even still here?
Yeah, Geo, it's here.
He's like, what?
What? I just
Where
don't
am I?
because-
What's happening?
Oh, my mind. I've been waiting so long, my mind just turned off.
So yes, it is. I was asking if you were attempting to be stealthy on your way to the precinct.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see if I can be found out.
Don't you technically have disadvantage due to the fact that
Nope,
you
I have a feat for that. And nope, I don't make it.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll some perceptions.
Yeah, the perception 5, perfect.
You don't have to roll. He's
Oh
got
wait, did I roll a 5? Wait, hold on, I didn't see what I rolled.
Yeah, I
A
got
12, even better. I just
roll
wanted to say.
not you.
Yeah, the 12. That's doable.
All right, 1, 2.
Oh damn.
So on your way to the precinct, you see what looks like in a large ape creature that you've seen before, that you assume might have been an illusion. I think it was you. Might have been somebody else that saw that. Anyway, it's a large ape creature, red fur, blue skin.
Yeah,
And
that
you
was
see
me
it.
and that was me and the guy and the kid.
Yeah, so either way, he gets to see this. You don't, because you didn't get noticed by anything with those rolls.
Scrub.
So, only he did. But yeah, you see various creatures attacking people in the middle of the streets, that sort of thing. Either way, this is for Ragovar. You see the large ape creature with the blue skin, red fur, just sort of pounding on this person, this corpse that was probably dead before. You walked by, but it's still pounding on it with its fists, just sort of going.
At least he's occupied.
However, because of this, you just sort of gasp at the grotesqueness of it, and it looks at you directly.
That's bad.
and it sort of stops and starts lumbering towards you slowly. It's not chasing you yet.
I suggest
I
running.
don't
in the
think I can
90s.
outrun it, can I? Wait, I can outfly it.
Yep.
Lift off.
You can fly. Yeah, sure. It notices you fly, and then it yells out in Abyssal.
I can't understand the Abyssal.
And you see what looks like a fly, like a mosquito, with like hair on the back of its skull or whatever its face is called. And you see like 5 of them, and they start flying after you.
How fast?
They have a flight speed of 60 feet.
They
Ooh.
get into me within 1 turn, because my speed is 20 feet.
Okay, great. You chose to fly, so you got the flies. All right. So, they're going to. Let's see. Okay, the first thing that happens is when they get to you, you need to make a Constitution saving throw. Wow.
7!
You are considered unconscious.
What?
Oh.
Yes, these bug creatures, if you start your turn within 30 feet of them and you do not succeed your Constitution saving throw, you are unconscious for 10 minutes.
Ouch.
That is freaking powerful.
That's a bit overkill.
However, you fall unconscious and you fall. I'm gonna get Abraxas to make a perception check.
But then again, will I even attempt to do anything if I see him?
Well, I'll let you see him. You can make the... No.
9.
You don't see what happened.
He doesn't see the giant 7.5 foot tall dragonborn fall from the sky.
You hear a sound, but you hear lots of sounds. You just weren't looking up. You hear randomly.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's shitty.
Do I at least get to make in another perception attempt when I hear him crash into the ground? Because that would be a very new, loud sound.
Just a second, actually. Okay, luckily for you, though the effect ends if you take damage, so you take falling damage. I was just not gonna roll it because I thought you were maimed, but luckily you get to wake back up.
Hooray.
Alright, you take 7 damage, and as soon as you smack into the building, you awaken again. However, you are laying on the top of this building, and you see like 5 of these mosquito-like creatures following you and sort of looking at you.
I have
They
something
sort of-
for that.
You're surrounded, basically.
Oh, they already have me surrounded. Okay.
Yeah, 5 of them are around you, and a couple of them are approaching.
So if the new ones get into my range, do I need to make the Constitution save again, or since
No,
I'm already okay?
If the effect ends on you or you resist it, it doesn't happen again for another 24 hours. So
Great.
yeah,
I
it would be
guess-
stupid powerful if all of them could just keep knocking you unconscious constantly.
So what? Roll initiative.
Do you wish to fight them?
Does he have a choice?
Sure, they're not attacking him.
I mean, I'm not faster than them. I mean, they can catch up to me within 1 turn, no matter what.
Right, but
Oh, I already rolled.
okay, if you're attacking
bad.
them, then it's initiative. Yes.
Yeah. So 17.
Whoops, did I get rid of your initiative? I did by accident. Roll again.
Okay. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna roll it again.
Just roll again and I'll fix it.
Nope. Oh, I can fix it myself.
Let's see.
Fixed.
Oh, there you go. So, now, they get to roll. Their dex is +2.
Hooray!
Okay.
So they have a high chance of rolling higher than me.
Oh, a small chance.
A small chance, he says. A small chance.
A tiny little chance.
It was a small chance. They just succeeded.
At
They
least
just got
it's not an attack crit. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
So,
Oh,
since they're going before you, and you're laying prone on the ground, because you fell and took damage, which is why why you even are conscious. If you weren't flying and that happened, you would have just been unconscious and something bad would have happened to you.
Of course it would.
But luckily for you, you were flying and it wasn't a choice on their part. It just, if you get within 30 feet of them, this happens. It just happens automatically. They don't choose that. So they were maybe pleasantly surprised that you just started falling out of the air.
And now I'm back.
Yeah, they're just sort of looking at you. They see that you're getting up and that you're conscious, but they don't attack you.
Okay, let's see if I can intimidate them to go the hell away from me.
You can try, but they just sort of look at you and their claws are sort of reaching towards you. They have these little pincer-like claws.
Swing at them to make them, well, swing at them to see if they get scared from the swing from my battle axe.
So are you attempting to hit them or are you attempting to intimidate them? You can't do both.
Intimidate.
Okay. Roll an intimidation.
14.
Oh,
Okay.
they're super scared now.
You watched them flee. Hopefully.
Is insight wisdom or intelligence?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay, they have a +2 wisdom. Alright, they fly back and they
Told you
start
so.
looking at each other. What?
I told him. He said oh yes, they're super scared of you. I rolled a 14. They rolled a 13. Told you so.
Yeah, I
sort
said
of
they're
back
super scared
off
now.
a little bit. They clip their pincers, and they sort of just look at each other with their proboscis. Probosci? I don't know what the multiple proboscis is.
Proboscis.
Sure, that'll work. They just sort of are looking at each other. They start speaking in a language you don't understand.
Of course I don't.
You see their little tips of their probosci or proboscis.
And I just start walking. If I just start walking past them, if they're just gonna talk with one another,
Yeah, they're talking for now.
I'm just gonna walk straight past them, straight to the precinct.
You are
If they're
currently
not
on
gonna
top
try
of a
and
building.
stop me.
You are currently on top of a building, which is about 20 feet high.
Well, use my wings to just glide down.
Okay. You glide down, and as you do, they're sort of looking over the edge, and they go, you don't know what they're saying, but they're looking at you while saying that.
Just keep going. Hopefully they're not following me.
So you're a paladin, correct?
Yes.
Which patron did you choose?
A very evil one.
Really?
Yes.
You know the two patrons. They still exist at this time period, so...
I actually don't know the patrons.
The two main ones are Senna, the brilliant bird, which is the one of light and usually good aligned things. And then there's Seth, which is the dragon, the shadow dragon. I think he's called the shadow dragon. No, the black dragon. Don't remember. Anyway, not in this moment. But anyway, he's usually aligned with people who are interested in dark things. Not necessarily bad people, but like rogues would use it or worship him maybe to help them hide better, things of that nature. But he's more associated with shadow.
And secrets, right?
Yeah, things of that nature.
Are those the only
really,
two?
you can stretch any domain to make it work. But
Yeah, I have the domain of conquest.
all right, well, if that is your domain, you may
Well, more
want
my
to.
oath of conquest. So yeah.
Well, oath, same difference, different word. Either way, you could have chosen Seth if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they sort of look at you, and they keep talking to each other. They don't do anything.
Okay, then just head straight to the precinct.
All right, you keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check.
Oh boy. 16.
You notice that they're following you.
As soon they're following me, I stop, grab a javelin I have, and chuck it at them.
Okay, you're going to resume initiative?
No, trying to scare them away with it.
Okay, you're attempting to intimidate them again.
Yes.
Roll an intimidation.
And stay away.
Alright, they have a +2. They can still succeed. They do not, however. And do you tell them to go away?
Yes, I tell them to go away, otherwise the next one will be a hit.
They sort of just fly off. Into
Look
different
around.
directions.
Look around a little, make sure that they're not following you, then go on again.
Okay. You start going. And I'll say that you both get to the precinct. At approximately the same time. So you're both at the entrance. And the precinct seems abandoned.
Oh god.
Total
Of course it is
bloodbath.
abandoned.
What?
Of course it is abandoned. Just kick open the door, no. Just kick open whatever, open the door and go inside to see if there's anyone in there.
Alright, you attempt to open the door. The doorknob moves, but the door doesn't budge.
Well, we can just climb in the window he always throws me through because there's not a window there anyways. And
What?
you're just gonna
I was too busy with breaking down this door while you were talking.
Okay, 25 hits the door, but you need to roll damage. That's the important part.
slashing
You
damage.
managed to break through. Apparently the door was boarded up. From the inside. So someone inside took boards and nailed them to the wall. In
Yeah,
front
You
of
what?
As he tears down the door, I kind of stand like on the side of the door, so I don't want to get hit by like a bunch of arrows coming his way. If they're standing
Okay.
behind the door and waiting.
Sure. Well, he cracked through the door, but he still has to, like, either hit it again near the hinges, or hit it...
Can I see through the hole I
try it.
made with my battle axe? Can I see if there is someone there?
Yeah, it's a here's Johnny sort of moment where you're sort of peeking through the door.
Here's Remegard!
Here's Evergar!
You're sort of just peeking through the door. You don't see anything in there. At least not immediately. You don't have dark vision either, so
No, I don't.
it's even harder to see anything.
I have.
But but you aren't looking, so...
Nope.
Come over here, devil boy.
Do you attempt to look through?
Well, if he like grabs me and smashes my face into the door, then I guess I don't have a choice.
I
Well,
said,
you
come
can
here,
resist.
devil boy. No, I'm just looking. I'm just looking through the hole. Like, what can I see? What is there?
You don't see any lights on or anything, which is odd, because police work through the night.
So I just look at him, devil boy. This is your chance to shine.
Do I have to do like a perception or something?
Yeah, roll a perception, if you're looking through the door.
That's gonna be nice. 7.
You don't see any lights on, which is weird, but you're too drunk to care.
As always.
You're not sure whether or not you should be frightened or pleased that finally this place went out of business.
Probably the last one.
Okay, I'm gonna break open the door.
Alright? So you can attempt to pry it, or you can just hit it. I mean, 15 hits the door. It's the damage that really matters.
11.
Alright, you manage to cut the hinges off, and it sort of breaks the door to the side. So you can go in, but it is pitch black in there.
Light one torch and just go inside.
Right, one torch lit, and you walk into the entrance. You just see empty desks, no people.
Just keep on looking to trying to find out what the hell is going on if there's someone in here, because it can't just be boarded up and no one's in here.
Fair enough. Make a perception check.
A limited perception check, here I come. A 12.
Alright, with a 12, you notice that all the windows are boarded open, even the one that you threw him through. Apparently, they just put boards that were longer than the window frame and just boarded the entire window. Instead of fixing it, because they were ordering specialty made glass that they put in the windows. However, they just put boards over it. All the entire place is boarded up.
Just search for anyone that's maybe in the building.
You don't see anyone in the main room. You would have to walk into a different room to investigate those rooms separately.
Yeah, I just search every room, even the dead magic one.
Can we like assume that there is a special room for these kind of things in the precinct?
Oh, also,
Like kind of like a
have,
fire drill.
You have a dog that's unconscious.
Yeah.
It's coming up on an hour, so if you want to do something with it, it's gonna wake up soon.
Over inside the interrogation room.
Yeah, that was my idea as well.
Oh, wait a minute, didn't you break the door to the interrogation room?
No, I didn't.
Well, that's
No,
something
he just
new.
broke everything inside the interrogation room.
Well, that's new.
The door itself is
The
still
door was still fine. One of the doors is lucky that
What?
he cut out.
one of the lucky doors.
Hmm.
This door, it's damaged, but it's still functional as a door. Like, you could still lock it, and people would have to break it in order to get out, that sort of thing. But you did
Yeah, so I
accidentally
put the door
throw a chair in its direction, and it dented the door. But it still functions.
Yeah, so the thing is, I have the dog hog-tied, so all his legs are bound together.
Yep.
So then I put it in the room, and then, well, if there's anyone there, then they better come out, otherwise they have a very angry snapping dog at them. With them.
Alright, you can roll an investigation as you're putting the dog down in the room. I'll allow that.
That's an 11.
You don't see anyone in there.
I just go to my
Okay.
desk and start drinking, like I usually do.
Make an investigation check, since you're looking for your booze at your desk.
4.
You don't see your booze. They're
That's
gone.
no problem because I have a bunch of booze on me.
Well, the ones that were at your desk are missing, and that might pique your interest. But if it doesn't, I don't care. I'm
It
just
makes me
letting you know.
pissed, but it's nothing I can do about it.
Okay, fine. Either way,
I'm gonna
so you
blame
put the dog
Ramgar.
in the interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yeah. The dog is there, then I just start searching the rest of the precinct, trying to find if there's anyone in here.
Okay, what room do you look in? And I assume you locked the door, so I'm being generous.
Yeah, I do
Because you
lock the door,
didn't
making
say
sure.
that you locked the door.
Yeah, the door's of course locked. Wouldn't want to. Well, it couldn't go very far when it's hogtied.
It could try to escape and possibly succeed.
Yeah,
It
that's
does
very
have
true.
claws.
That's very true. So yeah, lock the door and then, well, start searching where people would gather or hide.
Okay. There's the cells, and maybe someone would have locked themselves in
Oh
a cell.
yeah, in the cell. So perhaps there might still be some people there.
Can I do like a short rest while I'm?
If he
Not
takes an
doing anything?
hour to do what he's doing, yes, you can start resting now.
I start resting.
Okay. So you're at your desk resting. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at the cells, trying to find if there's someone in there still in the cells, alive, hopefully.
You see the half giant, you didn't really find out what species he is, which half giant he is, but he has like electricity arcing through his hair, so you can make a guess. But either way, the half giant is sort of just laying in one of the cells. However, it's quite dark in here. You'll have to make a medicine check to see if you can discern if he's just sleeping or.
No, that's 5.
You don't know if he's even alive. He's just
So
laying motionless.
Hit the
I'm
bars
gonna
to scream
open the cell
inmate.
door and check if he's alive, because, well, we can use every hand we can get.
Alright, make an investigation check. You don't see the keys to the door.
Well, you can come get me, and I can pick up the.
Yeah, he
Lock
could pick
again.
the lock, but
Or
whether
you
or not
can
you're
just-
willing to go get him is another story.
Or you can just be.
I am willing to go
stupid
get
break
him, but before I do that, I'm gonna use my muscle brain.
Okay, what are you gonna try to do?
Open the door.
it.
Okay, it doesn't budge. This door is made for strong people to not be able to break it.
Okay, then I'm gonna get the tiefling to open up and picklock it.
Okay. Because, I mean, strong people get put in jail all the time. They need a strong door.
Well, I am currently sleeping with my feet on top of my desk with bottle in hand, snoring.
Yeah, he's
Just-
trying to take a short rest. You
Just
assume that
grab him
he's
by the
trying to
feet
rest.
and just flip him over.
Alright, he flips over.
Like backwards?
Yeah, because you were
So
asleep.
you're
so-
you're laying like this, and I just tip you over like that.
Well, I'm gonna take an acrobatics to see if I can land on my feet.
Still
Okay,
disadvantage
sure.
because you were sleeping. I would say disadvantage because you were sleeping.
And
No,
I'm drunk.
you automatically grabbed him because he was sleeping.
Hmm.
He still gets to try to save himself.
But I'm
Okay.
drunk, so it's disadvantage.
Yeah, it's still disadvantage.
It's a 15. Do I land on my feet?
I'll say yes. With a 15, yes.
What the hell are you doing?
Making sure you would know what happened if someone else was here and just saw you sleeping.
Nothing. Probably.
I need your help to
The hell
open the
you
cells. I need your help to open the cells,
Use the keys.
which aren't there.
Well, of course they're not in the cells, you idiot.
Well, where else would they be?
I don't know.
Well, help me open it up, you Mr. Piglock.
They're starting grabbing me and just dragging me to the locks.
If I have to, yes.
If you attempt to escape, it's at disadvantage still.
Well, I follow him to the damn cages.
Okay, you can see in the dark, so you see that there is the half giant that he's trying to get to, laying in the cell that you guys apparently thought was innocent, but forgot to release. So he's still in the cell.
No, we
He's
didn't
sleeping?
forget. We just needed to keep it on the suspect list because, well, still suspicious.
Well, I
Okay.
forgot.
Who
the hell is
You
this
were
guy?
standing in front of him saying, "Well, he must be innocent."
He might be innocent.
Well, I just got paid for bringing him in, so let's.
Yeah, you don't care, but the other two probably should have. But anyway,
Who
he's
is
still
this guy
just
again?
laying. He's laying in the cot, so he's not like laying on the floor or in a suspicious position. But he's laying in the bed.
He's breathing.
You need to make a medicine check for that, unfortunately.
I just start banging at the rails. Hey! You, wake up.
He doesn't move.
Heavy sleeper or dead? I think he's dead. I just look at him drunkenly.
He still wants to open the door, I
You
assume.
still want to open the door. Okay. So it's a 19.
Which is super low. Look at that 31 just dangled in front of you.
Yeah, but I'm drunk, so.
Too bad that I can't help. Even if I were to help, you would still have disadvantage.
You would probably just break my tools.
No, if you were to help, it would be at regular.
Yeah. So still
But-
19.
Yeah, it would still be 19. Yeah, the door is kind of hard to pick, and it takes you about 2 minutes, but you manage to get it after a while. You'll just later blame it on the fact that you were drunk.
You happy now?
Just go do the rest while I'm waking
Do
this
the
guy up.
rest?
The ones that have people in them.
He didn't check any of the other ones yet, so he doesn't know any of the other ones have people in them or not.
I go check if there's people in any of the other.
Well, I
Alright.
wake up the half giant.
So we'll switch to him trying to wake up the half giant first. So you approach the half giant. What do you do?
I'll shake him at first.
Yeah, you shake him. He doesn't wake up.
Told you it was dead.
Rough shaking.
All right, you rough shake him. He doesn't wake up.
Told you he was dead.
You can make
Yeah, hold
a
the torch
better-
over. Is there
another-
like a
I
your
was just
torch
gonna
like
say,
light up the place, trying to see if he's actually bleeding out or something?
yes, that's what I was gonna say. You can make a better medicine check, which means that the DC is lower. You can try again.
8.
Unfortunately, the DC for this one was 10. So you look him over. He doesn't have any apparent wounds on him.
Okay, the one thing that most people wake up from when they're just breathing to their nose when they're sleeping. Hold his nose closed.
Why can't you just put like a dagger under his nose to see if it fogs up or something?
You plug
Why
his
do
nose.
it that way?
You plug his nose. He doesn't react. His mouth was already slightly ajar.
Okay, he's right. So use the blade on my battle axe to see if there. Well, as he says it condenses on the blade.
All right, I'll get you to make a lower DC medicine check.
This time we'll roll a
Okay,
19.
this time you see that the blade on the battle axe fogs up. So then you're like, well, then why isn't he waking up? So then you start looking him over again, and you like move his he has like a vest on with a like a linen shirt underneath. So you just remove his shirt to see if there was anything weird. And apparently there is. There's this weird looking black slug in the middle of his chest. Just sort of sitting there. It moves slightly when you take his shirt off, but it doesn't do anything else.
Oh, goodbye, Mr. Slug, because you're dispelled.
So you're attempting to use...
Wait. Is the spell? Let me question that first.
Yeah, is it a spell?
Can I do that? Do I have that? Yes, I do have detect magic. Hooray for me!
Alright,
All
I'll
the
say that
spells
you
I
can't...
just have specially prepared.
I'll say that you can't... Are you going to use your spell slot? Do you have any spell slots?
Yes, I do. A lot of first level spell slots since I didn't use them.
Okay, so you look him over. You cast the spell for detect magic. His hair seems to be slightly magical.
That's not of interest for now.
It's evocation, if you care. But the slug looks like it has a magic aura, but it's not magic in and of itself. Which could mean a couple of things, so make an Arcana check to see if you can discern what that means.
3.
You're not sure. Could mean multiple things, such as on the list of candidate explanations, it got teleported recently. It was magically summoned like a demon. Things of that
I'm
nature.
gonna do something very crazy. Grab the slime and pull it off.
Alright, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I knew it. 19.
Alright, as you grab onto it, it gets removed. But as you look at it slightly as you're pulling it off, it shoots this weird white gunk towards your face, and you sort of dodge out of the way of it and then throw it on the floor.
Crush
No,
it with his foot.
No, I straight throw it in the bucket and then, well,
It doesn't move.
trap it in the bucket.
It doesn't move once you throw it in the bucket. It just makes this weird noise. Almost as if you just threw a rat on the ground.
I'm gonna, well, I don't know who. Well, I don't think I should just stab it with a torch to light it a light. That wouldn't be smart.
You can try that if you want, but that's...
Yeah. So I'm gonna check the half giant. Is he waking up now?
He seems like he's... Perhaps at this moment, he seems like he's having a nightmare, so suddenly he started sweating profusely. He's sort of moving, but his eyes are still closed.
Tap him on the cheek like, hey, wake up.
As soon as you do that, I need you to make another dex save.
Oh
Okay, this
no.
time
28.
you easily maneuver yourself out of the way as he sort of wakes up with a start and starts like trying to punch you. But once he realizes that he's just being woken up by somebody, then he sort of calms down.
So, were you asleep when this all happened, or did you witness what was going on currently with the city?
He says, "Well, it's pretty dark in here. Wasn't dark when I went to sleep."
Yeah, it's night currently, and the city is in turmoil, being attacked by demons, so yeah.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not.
Family fun.
And you're the first person, well, except for my partner, first person that we found, well, alive, so to say.
Well, you saw people running away, but it didn't look good for them.
Yeah. Just keeping it under the radar, no one has to know.
Either way, like you saw one of them being chased by one of those flies. Things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Would be too late anyways when I get to them.
Either way, he goes, "So is this what you're suspecting me of? Am I
What?
free to go?"
You're free to go, but I don't think you want to go out alone.
Alright, how do you suggest I go out? Can I get a messenger at least?
You don't get it, do you? The town is currently under siege from demons at this very moment.
Look, I went to sleep. Everything was fine. There was a guard outside my cell. And I woke up and you're in my room. Please
Yeah,
forgive me if I don't understand the situation entirely.
let's say you went to sleep in a good situation and woke up in a horrible situation.
Alright. So, have they made it past the walls? The outer walls?
They seem to be. Well, you had something on you at least. As I point to the bucket.
He looks over there. There's this weird slug-like thing that's undulating. It's starting to try to get out of the bucket. And you can see it undulating. And he goes, "Well, I don't have any pets. So..."
Like I said, things are real bad and things have breached the outer wall and now are inside, yes.
Alright. I didn't bring any weapons with me. I didn't expect a hostile reception.
Well, good thing we're at the precinct, we have a lot of weapons here.
Alright, he stands up and he sort of has to hunch over due to his. He's about maybe 10 feet tall plus.
Mm-hmm.
So he sort of has to hunch over to remain standing in this cell. And he goes, "So where do we go?"
To the armory, well, first to see if my colleague has found any more people in the cells.
Alright, so as you say that, we're going to switch back to him. Make an investigation check.
Nice.
You do see one person. They look more drunk than you do. And you can smell it even without walking into their cell.
He's not gonna be any help. I just go back to my desk and fall asleep again. I want at least a short rest. I need hit points.
Okay. So then we'll switch back. I thought that he might do better in that situation, and apparently he didn't. Um, yeah. So you guys heading to the armory?
Yep, I'm heading to the armory.
All right. There's a room next to. It might be bad placement, but they have it next to the interrogation room. But there's no door directly leading from the interrogation room into the weapon room.
Armory.
But it's the next door down the hallway.
Yeah, so I
Usually
guess
there's
it's
like
locked.
5 guards in this hallway, so usually it wouldn't be a problem.
I start checking desks for keys. This
So you're
is a
going back to
problem.
the other room? The
Yeah,
desk room?
yeah, I'm going to check for keys because there has to be somewhere a key to open the armory.
Alright, so you go back to that room and you see Abraxas sort of just back in the same position he was in before.
So is he holding a booze bottle in his hand?
Always.
I would
So
assume
I
so.
take the bottle from his hand and just put it on top of his chest to see if he can knock it over himself.
Okay, sure. I'll get you Abraxas since you only get one disadvantage at a time. Make a dexterity check. A disadvantage.
Dexterity save.
Sure.
13.
Okay, so
The DC was 14.
no. For now, the bottle seems to be remaining balanced, but you're not sure if it's going to slip off or not.
No, I don't care about it. I just want to see how long it will take for him.
Okay, I'll get you to make 3 more deck saves.
Me?
While I search for keys.
11 and 24.
Nope, a 3.
Okay, so you start searching through the desks. Some of the drawers are locked, but in the drawers you could open, there's no keys.
So I head over back to him, take the bottle of him, put it on the desk and tell
As
Abraxas.
you're about to take the bottle off, it slips off.
So I'm just holding hands up, I just see the slip up and go like, not my fault. But yeah, Abraxas, you need to open more locks.
Where's my bottle? What did you
dropped
do?
it.
You see it obviously on the floor, broken.
What did you do this time?
No, what did you do? You dropped it.
It was in my hand. I never fucking misses my bottles.
Well, you did this time. So now back on point. We need.
Bullshit. Insight. 11.
Roll against him.
Damn it.
Yeah, apparently you just it slipped out of your hand somehow.
You're
You don't-
lucky I'm drunk.
You don't know how, but it must have happened. Well, I mean,
So-
it is easier to convince a drunk person of something than
Yeah. So now open some of these desks or open the armory with your picklocks, cause we need the weapons in there.
Why do you want to open the desks?
That
Just
was
open the
well-timed.
armory already.
Fine. I stumble my way to the armory door.
All right,
I
you're
make
at
sure
the
it's
armory.
the right door.
Yes, he's at the correct door. I'm not gonna make him that stupid.
I knock on the door.
You knock on the door. No one answers.
Oh, there seems to be nobody home. Can we leave now?
But
Open the door.
I was just gonna say, as he says, "There's nobody home. Can we leave now?" As soon as he finishes that sentence, you hear the door go.
Open sesame, I just say.
I hold his horn before he can leave.
Okay. Make an investigation check of the room. Because you're
Are
looking
you
for
helping me?
weapons, so.
Hmm?
Are you
Are you
helping?
helping me investigating the room?
It's kind of hard helping investigating it when you're holding me by my horns.
I let you go. Then say, are you helping me investigate this room?
No, I go back to sleep.
I asked the giant. It might be a bit hard to find something because, well, people are panicking and trying to defend themselves. So it would be helpful if you can help
He
me.
walks into the room, and his hair, every time it sparks, it gives off a low light. And he just sort of walks into the room, and he says, "I can see fine."
Okay, so I walk in with my torch and we're both investigating the room, trying to find weapons.
And since you have a torch, it's regular, and he's helping you, so you get advantage.
Hooray.
That's intimidation.
Hooray.
So you
Oh, wait,
intimidate
bugger.
the room.
You
Give me
scared
your
all weapons
weapons.
away. There's no weapons left.
The room
That's
seems to
better.
respond. No. You notice that the door appears to have been locked and broken, which is why it opens so easily. Like,
You're welcome.
there was a piece of metal stuck into the wood, and it was smashed inward. So someone's locked this door, and then perhaps someone else, maybe the same person, you don't know, smashed it inwards to get in here, obviously.
Not me this time.
But you examine the room. There are no weapons in this room.
Oh, bugger.
And I'm gonna get both of you to make perception checks.
Me too.
Yep.
But I'm sleeping.
Oh wait, it's still at advantage on. Oh, I did it. That's a 9.
6.
All right. You don't notice.
I'm probably gonna head off now, but
Okay.
I'm just taking a long rest anyway, so it won't affect much.
Okay, so if you two want to continue for a little while longer, we can.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
I'll
can.
see you guys later.
See you later.
All right. So, yeah. You don't notice. The giant just looks around the room and he says, "I thought this was an armory."
I did as well. Apparently, we have been robbed.
He looks around the room and he sees that there are weapon racks, and he knows what a weapon rack looks like, and he says, "Guess you were right. At one point it was." And he just sort of picks up the weapon rack and carries it with him, and he goes, "This will do for now."
Well, if you say so. Oh boy.
He is a half giant, and giants technically have an ability to throw rocks, so perhaps he can do something with it. You don't know.
So I've something to suggest. Let's see if we can see the king's abode from the roof of the precinct.
Okay, you can attempt to get up there. You really haven't had a reason to go up there, so you don't know how to get up there. But you can try to find a way up there.
Yeah,
The
sure.
The roof of the precinct?
Yeah.
Abraxas would know, but he's not going to help you.
Well, if I get my short rest, I will.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
So,
just gonna leave him and I'm going upstairs to check it out. Trying to find a way totally to the roof.
Alright, make an investigation check.
7.
I'll give you advantage because he's helping you, the half giant.
12.
Alright, you find a ladder that appears to go up, but it's inside the building. So, you're not sure how it goes to the roof.
Climb the
if it does.
ladder.
Alright, you start going up the ladder, and he goes, you hear him at the bottom. When you get to the top of the ladder, he goes, I might break this and I can't fly.
Just wait down there. I will be back down.
Alright, there's a trapdoor here that is like a trapdoor that you lift up to go onto the roof.
Yeah. Push it open and see what I can see.
The trapdoor is locked.
Force it open.
Yeah, you might have a better chance of breaking this one. However, you roll super crappily and you don't break it.
So I just jump off the ladder and then glide down.
Alright. He goes, "Did you seriously not break it?"
No, because this lock is very, very tight.
And you
And
just
very
gave
strong.
up?
I can try
I have
again
to
if you
do
like.
everything myself as he starts climbing up. The ladder.
I
if the
vested
ladder. Let's see if the ladder breaks. It starts snapping under his weight, but he manages to get to high enough to the door, and he just throws a punch before the ladder breaks.
I grab him.
What?
Let's see.
I grab him as the ladder breaks so that he doesn't fall.
Okay, so you're gonna attempt to break his fall. Okay.
Yeah.
Or stop him from falling. But
Yeah.
either way, he's going to try to punch the trap door. Which he's a half giant, so he's got a decent strength modifier. So yes, he just punches the door and the trap door and it breaks open. It like obliterates, it splinters into pieces as he begins falling. So you can try to save him if you want. He's quite heavy.
Flappity
He managed
flappity
to
flap.
slow his descent slightly as he slams into the ground, taking some damage.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Unless if you cast
Okay.
something on him.
Yeah, I can. How much damage does he get?
He will take 1 damage.
Oh, please, for the love of God, save his life.
Okay, so you give him 1 hit point. No problem.
Oh my god,
Actually,
so much pain.
As you use the lay on hands, you notice that he has more hit points missing than just 1.
Oh boy. How much is he missing?
He's missing another 10 hit points.
You know what? Give it to him. He's a nice guy.
Alright? And since you removed his shirt, you noticed that the part where the slug was all black before you did this. It just closes up and heals. Apparently there was something that the slug did to him that caused damage.
Hopefully you feel better now.
He goes, well, now I don't feel like I'm breathing with a rock on my chest. Thanks.
You're welcome. So I fly up through the open trapdoor.
Okay. It's impossible to close now, but
Mhm.
it's open. So you fly up onto the roof. What specifically are you looking for?
I was looking towards the king's abode, trying to see if that's still being defended or it's currently ablaze.
Alright, I'm gonna get you to make a perception check.
12.
Alright, this part is hard to miss. You see 2 large winged creatures sort of just standing on the roof of the palatial estate. They're about as tall as the building itself, but they're standing on top of it. You can't see specific species or anything from that far away, but they have large wings that are about as the wingspan is bigger than their bodies. And they're just sort of looking around, watching everything that's happening.
Mothman.
It might be, who knows?
I decided to disappear back into the precinct.
Alright. And I'll tell you that they didn't appear to be attacking anything. They seemed calm and just standing there.
Well, we're utterly fucked. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I actually leave the roof,
Okay, sure.
yes, I'm gonna attempt my luck. The other precincts, can I see them from here?
Make another perception check. You can see some of them, but some of them will be impossible to see from
9.
your angle. But, yeah, you don't see anything bad happening over there. Just like on the roof of yours, it's completely empty.
It's good to know. So
But you
they could
also
have.
don't see any signs of life either, like torches on the roofs or torches on the walls of those buildings. They're all either snuffed or there's something else going on and it's dark and you can't see them.
Are there any buildings that are, well, having big commotions or like is fighting going on?
Oh, there's a few. There's a few that are on fire that you don't need a perception check to see. You can see that there are fires burning, things of that nature. You can hear
No, fighting,
various
not fire.
there's various screams emanating from different points in the city.
This is bad.
And you also hear roars and things of that nature. Like things attacking and things being attacked. Basic stuff.
So then I go inside and tell, well, seems like this building is the most safe building in all of the city momentarily.
He goes, well, so what are we supposed to do? I
Board
mean,
up the entrance and take a long rest. Wait for daylight.
That's broken now. And he points at
It
the
is.
trapdoor that you're currently looking down at him through. And
Well,
you got in here somehow. I assume that's broken too.
that's broken too, yes.
So there are multiple entrances.
Well, I can board both Both. I can board up both of them, but the question is, we should get survivors, more people that, well, have lived.
Well, we can try, but from those noises, now that the trap door is open, I can. That doesn't sound good.
If the drunkard downstairs can do it, can survive, who else can survive?
And he goes, so that's what that smell is, as he looks at the cell next to him. There's a
No,
drunk guy in there.
not that drunkard. My drunkard.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, what do you want to do?
Well, first let's board up that hole and make a better door. Well, no, let's first board up this hole and then get people inside once it's boarded up.
Well, my specialty is not making doors, so gonna have to ask someone else about that.
How hard can it be? Just a hammer, just a nail, and then bolt it shut. It just like bolting a paper to a door.
Am I like close enough to hear their conversation?
You can hear them talking, but you'll need to make a perception check if you care what they're saying.
15.
Yeah, you hear what they're saying.
Use the
So-
desks, you idiots. And I just turn over.
And he goes, well, sure, but I've never made a door. I can board up a opening,
So
but I can't make a door.
So how big is the hole that has been punched?
The hole in the top?
Yes.
It's about 5 by 5.
Okay, I'm going to find for something that can be is 6 by 6.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Boy.
Oh boy!
15.
You sounded like those old, that Zelda.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Or Mickey Mouse. Oh boy.
Yeah, maybe that too. But anyway,
With 15.
yes, with a 15 you find a couple of things that could be used. There's a weapon rack that is made to hold extra large weapons, like great weapons, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be big enough to cover the hole, but it might be a little misshapen. And there's a desk the mean boss used to sit at, or still would if he's alive. You're not sure if he is or not.
You know what? I'm gonna take the top of the desk, so you have the legs, just pop the legs off, put it up there, and then nail hammers in so that it's just stuck to the roof.
Do you have nails?
Yeah, that one's a bit heavier, but will completely cover the hole, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna do
you'll
that.
need to make an athletics check for that one.
Me strong.
Alright, you managed to fly up there, just barely lifting it. You can hold it in place, but you'll have a hard time hammering and holding it in place at the same time. You can try to get the giant to help you, but the ladder's broken, and he's tall, but not that tall.
Let's see, what can I pull? I can hold a nail and go, spiritual weapon, do your stuff.
Okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow a sword to try to move up through the area and hold the thing up. I'll allow it.
No, the spiritual weapon is just a giant hammer that just nails the hammers in.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll allow that too. Yeah, you don't need to roll to hit. You can aim at a non-moving nail. I'll allow it.
Roll to hit the nail. The AC is like 17, so this is gonna be hard.
The AC is like 25.
Yeah.
Bugger, just three lower than mine.
Either way, yeah, you managed to nail it in place.
And then I come back to Earth and then say, well, let's go try and find people that want to live, let's say.
He goes, alright. I wouldn't be a good king if I didn't protect my people, so I may as well protect the people here.
Wait, you said you were a bookmaker, not a king. Last I checked.
No, he's a king. He used to be a bookmaker.
Let me just say, this kingdom that I'm from didn't exist when I was born, and I was born into a family of bookmakers.
Okay, fair enough.
He nods.
Do I get my short rest?
Alright, they leave before you get your short rest. You
Okay.
still have about a half hour of short rest.
Well, then I'll just don't give a fuck and take a long rest, I guess.
Okay, you can rest there if you want.
We will be back before you can finish your long rest.
Weren't you going out to get survivors?
Yes. And people need to know the way or be brought to safety.
They're all probably dead.
You never know.
Oh, a lot of people are probably dead, but there's some resourceful people who can hide for days in situations like this. So
Which
there might be
means
still some
they
people.
might don't even need any help.
So yeah.
That's true, but he can try. He can try to find
Right,
people.
I'm gonna look around and find people.
Fair enough. Make an investigation check with advantage because you have a giant on your team. Or half giant, technically. So you can sit on his shoulders and crane around and things of that nature.
17. No, 13, meh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that looks an awful lot like a 3.
My mind was being messed with.
Either way, yeah, so you investigate the town, and within the next hour, you find what looks like a person who is being cornered by. Let's see. I'm gonna randomly choose one of these.
I'm just doing my hit dices.
Sure. So you took a short rest. You completed one short rest. So that's good. Either way, you see this weird looking frog like humanoid with huge fists. It's reddish in color. Its head is sort of in the middle of its torso. Kind of like a weird Frankenstein's monster where the head was sewn onto the middle of the body. Although it looks like a cohesive creature. And it just sort of is hunched over in front of this person. And let's see. 10 feet. The person is standing next to this creature. You're about 50 feet away, I'm going to say. Just that way you have a little bit of space to work with in case you want to stealth approach or whatnot. Because you noticed it before it noticed you. And there's this woman who is in like a baker's outfit who is currently being harried by this creature. And it's sort of just standing over her, and she's sort of covering her face and coughing heavily, and is unable to run very quickly, and is sort of cornered at this point.
15.
Okay, so you're just going to throw something at it?
Yep.
You are 50 feet away, so you can, in your surprise round, you can move to get within 30 feet, if you wish.
Yeah, get within 30 feet and then chuck it at it.
Okay, 15 to hit. Unfortunately, you hit its back, and it has these weird spiky scales on its back, and it just deflects the javelin back, and it turns. But fortunately for you, you have a giant, or a half giant, on your team. So, let's see. As he throws that weapons rack at this creature, and he manages to connect with it. Alright, he deals 9 damage.
Youch. And initiative time, I guess.
Yes, unfortunately for you, that was your surprise round.
That's 12.
Alright. This creature. Okay. I was just making sure you didn't have to do anything before I started. See if it had any weird abilities like that, but no, it doesn't have any of those.
Good.
So it's going to do its initiative, which is +3. Wow, it got a 12. So its dex modifier is 3.
That
What
would
is
be
your-
16 or 17.
Okay, you got 16. I understand that, but he has a +3, which is a 17.
So he goes first.
Okay. So I'm going to remove this. Put 12. And if it moves when I put this ending, then I'll just put it in the right one. And your ally, I'm just going to use this token, is, let's see, I'm going to make sure that I give you something fair here. Okay. So, yeah, he doesn't have a bonus initiative, so yeah. This will be fair. Wow. Wow.
Very fair.
Very fair.
Yeah, he's a half giant, so he's a little slow.
A little.
Well, in this particular instance, he's reacting slowly to what's happening.
It's a-
but
Yeah.
in other instances, he might be able to react quicker. But still, it's in the correct order, so therefore, it is the enemy's turn. Let's see what his attacks are. Okay, he's pretty straightforward. So he approaches the closest one, which half giant could throw his projectile weapon from further away than you can. So he's back a bit further than you are. So he's just gonna take a swipe. Actually, he gets 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. These large, meaty claws that look really deformed and huge. They have 3 claws on each one. So it's just the 2 fingers and 1 thumb claw as they try to attack you with those. So you can picture it a little better. And it is going to swipe and bite, which are both +7 to hit. Boom, boom, and boom. Do any of those hit? And if you're saying anything, I can't hear you.
22 hits. That meets AC.
Okay, great. So first is bite, the last 2 are claws, and that's the order I'm going to do them in each time. Just so you're aware. So one of his claw attacks hits you, which are technically weaker than his other attack, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm doing damage, so that's okay. +4. Wait. Yep, +4. I was reading the wrong thing, but it has the same bonus. Alright, so 11 damage as its claw just sinks into your shoulder. And
Okay,
it tries to bite you and claw you, but You manage to deflect those, but its claw retracts out of your body. It's just sort of standing in front of you.
So now it's my turn?
Yep.
Give
Yes.
us a kiss.
However, at the beginning of your turn, you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Again?
Yeah. Again.
16.
Yes. So here's what happens. As this thing approaches you, it smells like rotten flesh and garbage and poop and pee and all of the delightful
Bad
things
stuff.
that smell bad. However, you manage to back away far enough and cover your face quickly enough, and you are now immune to its stench. So that's cool.
So yeah, I'm going to plant 2 axes in its back. Well, actually 1 battle axe. That's a 17.
All right, 17 hits.
That's a 12, but when I hit, I can do this.
Yes, you are a paladin. I understand.
Aha. Eat that extra 19.
All right. It's only versus undead that you get the
No.
extra 11?
No, no. That one is for, and that the other one is for normal.
Okay. So you would have gotten the same anyway. That sucks.
Yeah.
Plus... Okay, so he has 9 damage from the weapon
21.
rack hitting him. So
31 total for my damage.
31. Don't you get a second attack, or not
Yes,
yet?
I do.
Okay, so hit him again. Or try to.
Again.
Yeah, that hits.
For another beautiful 12.
Right.
And again. Pain in so many beautiful flavors. 17.
Alright, needless to
19.
say, it doesn't enjoy getting
29.
hit by smite. It doesn't enjoy getting hit by your attacks, but it's still doing decently. But it's you did a lot of damage,
Mm-hmm.
so it's hurt, but it's still able to attack. And that's your bonus.
Bonus. Yep.
So you get 2 attacks with your action. Just to
Yep. I have extra attack.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you weren't fudging the rules.
No, no.
Okay. So you added an extra 2 to your AC?
Yep.
Okay. It's gonna have a hard time hitting you, but it's still gonna try. Alright, your companion. Unfortunately, it's not in its native region, so it has to look to see if it can find debris to throw. And it succeeds. So he is going to pick up a large piece of cobblestone that got kicked up after presumably a demon broke that part of the street off, and he's just going to pick up this piece of cobblestone and throw it at the creature. What was his bonus to hit?
This bonus was
+6.
Yeah, +6.
So he rolls a 10, which unfortunately misses. But he's keeping out of the fight because he doesn't have a melee weapon, and he's not proficient in fist fighting. So he's gonna stay back and keep trying to throw stuff at him.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can get mad at him for or not, but either way, it is now the enemy's turn. So 3 plus 7 attacks, which you have a decent AC, so he's gonna have a hard time hitting you. That still misses because of your shield.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this bright aura around you, and you see its mouth attempt to lunge at you, and it just hits this golden barrier, which gives you just enough time to move out of the way. Miss. And
Miss.
this would have missed you anyway, so it doesn't activate the golden barrier. But that one bite, it activated the golden barrier, which means that it would have hit you, and you know that that's what it means. That you just got saved by your deity using its magic to help you, which is the Shield of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you just got saved from some damage there. And it is now your turn.
Nope.
Yes.
And nope, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, that's a spiritual weapon,
Let's pump up the damage.
which unfortunately you wasted in the place, but that's okay.
That's
It did
19.
something. Okay, 19
that's
plus
good.
5,
Yep,
which
that's
is
24.
24. I can now provide you with the information that it is now bloodied.
Okay, and I got to go.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, this is where we'll end then.
Okay.
Mid-fight.
Alrighty, see you guys later.
See you
Yeah.
later.